Well, yeah, I got smaller.
You did. Hi, hello, excuse me.
I'm not really sure how that happened.
Your camera has zoomed out, and now you are even tinier. Crazy. Hello.
Man.
Hi. I am punching in. I am here. I'm punching in on the clock. I have showed up for work. Here I am. Can you see me? Am I here?
I can see you. Now, if you want, what you can do is just put a cardboard cutout in front of yourself, like in front of the camera, and then just sneak off. No, it's got to be life size. That's a little small.
I'll make it. I'll just put it like right here, and then I'll back away, and then we got it.
Be like, yeah, just have a button on it that says fighting games.
Done and done. Yep, that's all.
Apparently, I am massively desynced right now.
Yeah, this happened last week, and I don't really know what to make of that, except it's
because I can see myself in your Discord feed.
I can
like
see you,
a half-second delay.
I can see you normal as usual, and nothing has changed since there has been no delay. So I don't know what to make of that.
I guess I'm just going to be magic.
Weird. Is it so?
That's so strange. Well, I am in the past.
Is it so bad as to warrant
12:30.
killing this and restarting it, or is it fine?
Dude, I don't fucking give a shit.
Because literally nothing has changed. You know. It's pretty bad, huh? Okay. All right. Let's kill. Let's just give up.
Let's just give up.
All right. See you guys next week.
Clock out.
I've arrived. I've punched in. Time to punch out.
I think we should force athletes to do drugs and kill each other.
Fighting
All right,
games.
I've done my piece. That would be a fighting game.
Saying
That'd
the
be a
line.
good one
You
too.
said your line, and now we're good. And now we're done.
Distracted. Evo would be more fun if there was one guy walking around randomly jabbing participants with performance-enhancing drugs.
Which you are not disgusted by for some reason.
Well, I'm not getting stabbed by drugs. I'm not at Evo.
Right.
See.
And also, what is the point
of
not fighting to the death? And and so on.
I don't know.
Well, what is?
I don't know.
What is the point of having fun?
Know.
And
I don't know. I keep saying that, and there was a huge response to that where people were like, "This is like the dumbest bit Pat's ever done," and I had to keep. I went into like 10 threads, and it was like, "This is not a bit. This is how I actually live my life."
Like, I think if I had to like zoom out from and zoom out again and try to understand it, because I'm just looking at even in that conversation where I was like, I don't understand. Is this a bit? Like, where are we going with this? And it took a while until eventually I think I got it. But yes, there is fighting for fun, and then there is fighting ghosts of the past. No, but that's what I'm saying. But they're not. I'm not fighting ghosts of the past, Pat.
No, they're the same. No, and also not ghosts of the past. Like, it's just fun.
Okay.
So I can actually skip like 10 minutes of this conversation. I can actually skip like 15 minutes of this conversation and just skip right to the end. It's a language issue. That's all it is. So you guys announced that you were going to do a fight. And you posted like photos of you guys being all like, I'm fucking tough and sweaty and tattooed and shit.
Yeah.
And it said fight. So it didn't say friendly, good-natured spar.
Okay.
It said fight. Right? So like I described that if I were to do a fight where I would present myself to fight you, I would go out and do that stupid thing, and then you would square up, and then I would pull out pepper spray and just gas you and go, but we're having a fight now.
Like, if you expected anything else, you're insane. I'm a fucking YouTuber, dude. All right, let's fix this desync and come back in. All right.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that worked.
Oh, now I can't see you at all.
Oh, well, yeah, that's whoops. Right. There we go.
Hey, bud. Hey.
Yeah. Hopefully that worked. That should be fine. Yeah.
It did work.
Cool. Great. Awesome.
You're so smart.
Amazing.
I also figured out how to zoom myself back in because I'm so smart.
Yeah, if you use the virtual camera, you get more control over your situation.
Yeah, I've never done that before. But now I realize that I have like more power than I ever had.
Mm-hmm. But that's part of how you do like LUTs and fighty light, fancy lighting. And if you want to get if you want to get your pores in crisp detail.
No, my pores are shit, dog.
Which is why you need them in crisp detail.
Yeah, but now I can be like, oh, I want to talk about this. Oh my God, look, I did it. Oh yeah, let's just go full clown show on this.
That's the benefit of having the virtual camera. Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. How's it going?
So what's up, man?
Yeah, been keeping busy, obviously.
Wait, before we continue, I should mention, you have to remember the personality of the guy who had that discussion with you is the same guy that like 10 years ago when I went to a party and some guy really didn't like me, I was like, I bet you can't knock me out in one punch. And then he tried and I didn't even fall down. And I was like, look at this pussy.
So yeah,
like that's my personality type. You can't.
Right. Like again, fighting ghosts is a part of it, right? It is a part of what makes this cool, but it is not the overwhelming majority of the fire that burns. But
you couldn't kill me. That means I won.
I mean, like the real thing is like if you do the shadow boxing like a part of practicing, are you envisioning somebody in particular? Or are you envisioning yourself? Or are you envisioning the final boss, which is your childhood self that you want to beat the shit out of?
No, me. It's me.
It's the little you from the past being, I'm gonna fucking kill me. Yeah.
So hey,
and
just to let you know, my wife says, I've never heard that story. It makes me love you more. See?
The correct decisions were made.
I'm glad there's a meeting of minds on this.
The correct decisions were made. You wound up where you're supposed to be.
Remember when we were talking about JoJo Part 4? And I was like, that's true love. That's just true love. And you were like having a meltdown.
I can't.
And I was getting texts on my phone that were like, it's true love.
I can't.
It's true love.
Fucking Koichi and absolute psychopath. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Yep. Reggie once said, red flags need love too.
They do.
Yeah. just doing the fucking on the tarmac, just lining it up, Anyways,
I have an actual piece of red flag advice for people, like, because we're doing jokes about red flags, but people have some red flag situations. Lord knows I have. Lord knows you have. And somebody, I remember reading that the phrase, when you're looking back at your life with rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Yes, right. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow. That's so good. Because you tell the story and you're like, haha, funny story. And then around you, everyone's like, oh my God. What? And that's from the BoJack Horseman. Oh,
right. There you go. Meanwhile, Paige is over here typing "hey" as if she's not holding a red flag like Sin from Guilty Gear, just doing fucking.
No, she's kissing on a red flag. She's like mwah.
Doing massive extension combos with it, spinning that shit around and doing flips. Come on, Paige.
Like Paige has this thing where I can't tell if when I do something stupid, I'll get like praised or like finger wagged. Right. Like I can't tell if my wife would like cheer me on or shame me for hopping the Springfield Gorge on a skateboard. I literally don't know until I hit the wall.
Because sometimes you are the bouquet of the Manzan comedy duo, and sometimes you're the other one. So it's hard to say who's going to be the straight one and who's going to get hit with the big paper fan, you know? Anyway, there's Abbott and there's Costello. Inside you is both. What?
How you holding up, dude? You're right in the middle of the fucking
yeah.
Anything goes zone.
Yeah, you know, not like when there's not much to beyond just like keeping busy, doing stuff, you know, building, prepping, building, buying, putting things in places, finding out about maximum odor defeating technology. Certainly.
Well, you can do what we did, which was catch COVID.
Okay.
And
there's that.
Right during the worst of it, couldn't smell a thing.
That's pretty sick. Okay. When the color starts changing. But yeah, no, besides like, you know, diaper genies and stuff like that, I'm also like I'm finding out about these carbon filters, which like the fancier ones have, where you put them around anywhere. You put them in your gym bag, put them wherever, and they just absorb. And you're like, okay, cool. Let's defeat smell with that.
So I have a question about the carbon filter. When it absorbs it, does that mean that it's now created like a 1 foot radius of doom? Or, you know, like
I think it's a neutralizing effect. Yes, I don't think it absorbs it and hyper concentrates it. Fortunately not. That would be absolutely psychotic and horrifying. But no, it's carbon, so it's going to neutralize it, much like if you have activated, you know, charcoal. And then it's good for about a month, and then you got to replace that.
Bro, we have gone round and round and round over the years, and here we are back at activated charcoal.
Basically. But it turns out it's an actual thing that's built into the diaper garbage that you can buy, right?
Yeah.
But the one that I have doesn't have it, so I'm like, okay, well, let me just go buy it on its own and stick it on the lid and see if that works. And there's some other tech I learned about, which is like literally like doggy bags. Just toss it in one of those, sealing it tight with the good smell, and then putting that in your disposable. Exactly. And then you've got, between that and the carbon filter, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill all smells. So that is, yeah. I have seen. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Oh shit.
That's fine.
Oh shit.
We got it.
That's the best bit ever.
I mean, look, we got to find out, right? And then we got to find out as the nature of the beast changes, right? But at least initially, from what I've read online, it seems like between, you know, the genie, between carbon filters, between one of these little zip bags or tie bags or so, it's a pretty good suppression tactic. And I even saw one person say, if you're still getting a little bit that you don't want in there, throw another carbon filter at the bottom. So so carbon filter sandwich with doggy bags and a genie containing it. I mean, that's a full army holding back. You know, that's Persona 3 right there. That is.
So you're definitely going to have some effectiveness just by throwing this much technology at it.
Yeah.
The actual like genuine threat is not that your system will fail. The threat is where your system doesn't exist.
Right. Yes. Yeah. You're gonna.
That's the actual. All nightmares happen away from the home.
Someone said never had a cat. I took care of my friend's kitten for a while back in the day, and the litter.
Define a while.
About a month.
Okay, that's a while. Yeah, that is a while.
And the litter we had and the setup like did a really good job. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, man, cat shit ain't nothing.
It was
cat shit ain't nothing.
It was surprisingly not a problem the entire time. I was definitely prepared for much worse, you know?
Cat piss is the nightmare.
Yeah. The
cat piss is like a whole different fucking planet.
The ammonia. Yeah. But yeah, we'll find out. Beyond that,
I have a piece of advice for you coming in from Wife Time. Specific to you, not me, not a threat with me. You need to have a set of hair ties on you at all times because you are in some dangle threat scenarios.
So fortunately, I do have a set of hair ties on me at all times. It's called my hair.
Okay.
Right. So that's the magic of my of how this works. Is I'm good to go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because you don't.
I've been tying my hair with my hair for like the last 10 years.
Now, this is definitely not a problem for me for the most obvious reasons on God's green earth.
But that aside, yeah, I got up to a couple things this week. So, okay. So first off, there was a Sir Meow Music of PST fame. He has a series called Pondering Spooky Tapes, where we watch you watch like horror movies and do commentary on them. So I was on an episode of that, which comes out. Well, the commentary track is out, and then there's going to be a discussion of it. It's called the movie I watched is called Houseu, which is a Japanese haunted house movie, and apparently was part of the inspiration for Clock Tower and a number of Japanese horror movies. It's fucking crazy. It is a wild ass, I want to say 70s haunted house horror movie from Japan. Absurdist as fuck. 1977. The director was basically he used to make romance movies and then wanted to make like a horror movies that women would get into in the 70s, and then also based the scary parts on what made his little daughter afraid, and just kind of like she's partially got a like
that's a good system.
She's got a partial credit on the movie for like, okay,
that's a really good system.
Yeah, what was my kid afraid of?
Probably immoral, but hey,
she helped in production with stuff. But yeah, a gang of like almost like Scooby-Doo gang of girls heads up to a haunted house, and there's the fighting one who's called Kung Fu. There's the one that's always daydreaming. And everyone has their attributes or whatever. And then there's the one who is like slightly chubbier than the others. And her name is Mac because she's called Stomach because she's so huge and disgustingly fat. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Japan. Fucking
what did she
chill.
weigh? Like 86 pounds?
Well, I mean, not even. You know, like it was like barely larger than the rest of the girls, and it's just like, okay, that's what we're doing. Yeah, just really
the fat will protect her from ghosts.
Really, like I mean, you would hope, but you know, we all know.
I would hope. I hope.
Well, the order of events when it comes to kills, of course. You could always imagine that someone like that doesn't get taken too seriously, or like, God, get her off camera, get her out of this movie as soon as possible. Jesus, now we can insert fucking bullshit. Anyways, the It's one of these wild ass movies where it has like transitions that are spiral zooms and Star Wars like clock wipes and just no adherence to traditional filmmaking.
I don't think I've ever seen a wipe in anything but a George Lucas film in my entire life.
And here, not only are we wiping and doing again like clock transitions, there's points where they want you to notice something on the screen, so they'll just do a spotlight, all dark, like circle on that thing, and then go back to full frame. You know, like just experimental movie making at its finest. And sometimes it's incredibly beautiful and works out really well. There's matte paintings that are whoever is responsible for doing all the backgrounds is just so proud that they even got them drawing behind scenes that didn't need it, just because they wanted to flex their matte painting skills, you know. But yeah, it was a wild and hilarious ride, very fun. Some wipeouts, some gruesome for the kinds of things that like a kid was afraid of that then get turned into full production horror. There's some horrendous kills when you think about them for what they are, you know. Stuff that I would say kills that would make it into a Saw movie, but because this is the 70s, it doesn't go anywhere near as like gruesome and how the person getting killed reacts.
Yeah, but the concept is the nightmare.
The concept is absolutely like Saw level nightmarish.
Piano based situation.
Yes, that's one of them. There is a piano kill.
Okay.
And it is not the simple drop a piano on you style kill. It is the slow and horrible ground up version of it. Yeah, it's wild. Gets real weird, but yeah, Hausu. Definitely a peak experimental batshit crazy ass horror movie watch. And yeah, a director who's coming at this from way outside, just trying shit out, and nobody's telling them what to do and what not to do and how to make a scene transition into another. There's a character in particular who has a aura of like romance movie only when you're standing 5 feet from around this one woman. Like the camera blurs, the wind starts blowing, music starts playing, the trees get brighter, but only when you're standing next to her and only when she's on camera. And anywhere else it's like, nah, that's some other genre that's happening. Evil Cat, crazy shit. Check it out, Hausu. So yeah, but the recording of that is I think there's a dub track to play over the movie watch along, and then there's the actual podcast where we talked about it, and that was a good time. It was Sir Meow Music, Mandalore, Bren Daniel, and Eye Patch Wolf and myself jumped on there. What else did I do? I'll tell you what I did. I downloaded that Punishing Gray Raven is what I did.
Oh my god.
And I went through that tutorial is what I did.
Oh yeah, I was the only thing I wanted to know is like, okay, I'm gonna get into Devil May Cry, Punishing Gray Raven, and I'm like, did they update the tutorial thing at all from like the 10-year-old absolute pile of fucking shit that I played through just last year? And the answer is gonna be no, isn't it?
So when this got announced, I started checking it out, and I think I talked about it, looking into before it came to North America. And then I saw, oh shit, it's out. Okay, let's go see what's going on. And installed it, and this is the most I've ever in Nikkei, I kind of still read the text a bit. I completely ignored every single bit of dialogue. Like,
what about Punishing Gray Ravens?
There's a virus. It's bad. Or that's it. That's what I got. There's a bad virus. In the meantime, here's your waifus. Here's your husbandos. And yeah, then there's the Devil May Cry. Event, and those are really, once again, really good models. They did an incredible job, faithful with that. Why, Wooly? Because I don't care about that shit. That's why I'm here for Dante and Virgil. Fuck out of here.
So I'm gonna raise my hand.
Yeah.
This is something I genuinely universally don't understand about the way certain people, and you're like a really good example of this, interact with crossover content in a side game. So I think about the Nier raid, right? And I think about this and that, and it's yeah, get this shit out of my face. And when you're saying get this shit out of my face, it's 99.9% of the total game. I want to get to this thing, but when you get to the thing, you still have to interact with it inside the context of the 99% of the shit you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, and I'm aware of that.
Isn't that inherently self-defeating?
Not really, no. I can still get the character, try it out, see how it feels, see what's going on with it, and ultimately understand that I skipped past context, but I'm just here to check out gameplay and see how that's doing. Okay,
so you're not getting in, you're just I want to touch this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting in.
See, now that makes more sense.
Yes,
to me.
Yes, anyway. and in particular, when it's the type of crossover event that is like this with a gacha game, where you're oh, it's going to be a event that's contained to a space that has a series of missions and a series of unlocks and things that are all and points based on this event. And then there's the other stuff that you can go select elsewhere. It's easy to kind of look at just the folder with the event going on and go yeah, I'm looking at this particular Devil May Cry themed content, versus a game where the integration is much more overlapped and if you kind of were I'm going to play Nocturne for Dante and only Dante, that'd be pretty rough. Let me ask you'd have a hard time with that one.
I'm going to ask based off of completely having no knowledge whatsoever. In Punishing Gray Raven's crossover with Devil May Cry characters with Dante, and Virgil, I think I saw that. Can you kiss them?
You can get your relationship.
Okay, that's more. No, that's more than no.
You can pet them, and you can increase their relationship points to make them say nice things about you.
Ooh.
So you can get real close. I don't think Virgil would ever accept a kiss, but you can get real. You can get in there. You can get him to blush. You can get him to kind of be a little shy, and you can get him to pull out his poetry book and read to you.
Can you get him to do the caramel dance? Like his goddamn Devil Trigger does?
No, I don't. I didn't see that yet. I don't think so. But you can get that shot of him basically sitting on the chair, and it's not the chair because it's just the Clifod tree, but they've reshaped the Clifod tree to look more like the chair.
Are you serious?
It's not the full shot. It's not the full chair blocking his view. It's it looks more like the lawn chair. They're super aware.
The lawn chair has become so ever present that I have seen two different people become legitimately confused when they get to the end of the game because they're what? Where's his chair?
Yeah, exactly. And he gets up and he does, and he also does, and it goes right into the Monster Energy shot, as well. So they know what people want to see. I'm surprised I didn't see with Dante. It's not canon yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if we gave it a minute and we saw his Jujutsu Kaisen dance where he's fucking, this one, and he's got the pizza, and then Virgil's ah! Yeah, I bet you that's gonna become canon in a minute. But anyways, so they have that integrated into the game. You can go unlock them and stuff. So for Dante, you can play and then eventually unlock him after completing a certain mission for free. And then for Virgil, you gotta roll, you gotta take your chances, get your thing or whatever. So I dolphined, I dolphined. All right, I said, all right, here, let's see it. I'm here for this. I'm a tourist, and I got him. And thankfully wasn't as bad as I was potentially expecting it could go based on the numbers, but I bought one of those. It was, I guess, 40 USD, collection gem sets, and then got him in like the second roll or so. And I was like, okay, cool, done. Let's try this out. And it is really interesting to see the integration into how they make it work. So for one, I mentioned it before, but like this is really, really lovingly crafted in the sense that like they're clearly, this Devil May Cry has inspired a lot of these characters and stuff going on in this. And this is one of the games with a lot of Virgil daughters, so to speak. So they have made sure to, want to do it as much justice as possible. And yeah, the line reads, all the extra bits, everything they're saying, a lot of the little like lore things, these are all taking place in a context that's like post DMC5, so there are like line reads that are similar to stuff that was said in 5, but then tweaked with a little bit of like, but now that the game is over and we're here at the end, like I know this about myself or that about myself, so it's kind of like treated as if it's happening after the game. Excuse me. Translating the characters into the PGR system is really odd. It's interesting because essentially you have you have a ground dodge button, then you have a ground attack button, right, for all your mobile, like whatever.
And I did not play much Punishing Gray Raven. I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, so treat it like any of these like mobile gacha character action things, where it's like you got a stylish ground evade move, you got a stylish hit this one button to do combo thing, and then you have abilities. There's like usually 4 that you're gonna kind of cycle through that are gonna go up, that are gonna line up in your like abilities queue. And then you'll have like a big special you can do, with I guess a trigger button or like on the phone or something else. I connected my controller to the phone to play, which helps as well to be able to be let's move around with the stick, let's move around with the camera. I played all
that shit on a PC client.
Exactly. I also loaded up the PC client and did that too. So I tried phone.
I remember PGR's PC client was like, I technically live on PC. I'm still an unoptimized pile of shit. But here we go.
Yeah, it had to download 40 gigs for some weird reason. I don't know what was going on. And then after that, it started up and then updated again, and then started up and then updated another. It's very, very not well done. But once the game's playing, and then I'm like, okay, cool, this is fine. The only thing I was having issues with was the VSync was like pretty terrible. But I was thinking,
it's just a tiny little indie dev. They can't be expected to.
You'd think that's like, it's like, oh, this thing that runs on the phone, would have less trouble in this situation. But in any case, converting the characters over is really interesting because Virgil is 3 weapons, right? They've gotten more complex over time, but for the most part, you have your button to cycle through them, and then tapping that same button also does one of the key feature moves, and you more or less have the kit translated over into a version of Virgil that has like a Beowulf button, and then a Force Edge button or Mirage Edge button, and then a Yamato button type of thing. And then Devil Trigger also acts as Judgment Cut End, once you've popped, and then you go into it as well. So like they kind of put multiple functions on the same thing, but overall it works. And then the 4th skill is jump or trick up, right?
Okay.
So this is not a game where people are really running around and jumping, but for the Sparta Bros, then yes, because that's part of their kit. So then, of course, getting an airborne lets you modify the moves to get airborne versions of things, and so on and so forth. So, and I played a couple of the other characters in the game just to kind of get a base feeling for what was going on and how that translates over, and it was pretty smartly done. All in all, you can do the Sunhai Legend combo. You can do most of the swag things you would expect to be able to do with Virgil. You have to kind of like put your brain into like a different place. It's almost like learning to use a different stick or something. But it's all very, very possible and really well implemented. In fact, Sunhai did do the combo, did the Virgil combo down to like the spinning taunt, juggling on S rank and everything, And then you get to Dante, and it's like
I feel like Dante's a million times harder to
Oh
translate.
man, Dante games like, look, man, we're gonna try, but just don't get mad, okay?
I feel like there aren't enough buttons to even do Swordmaster Devil Sword Sparta by itself.
You cannot. You just
let alone
you can't do
anything else.
No. So you've got the Devil Sword Sparta button. Sorry, Devil Sword Dante button, and then you've got the there's no fuck style switching, right? You've got a you've got a essentially like weapon and style locked together in one button that you can switch to, you know? And it's not like it's struggling. It's basically like you press that and then you'll be doing the gunslinger ability with the particular gun, and that's all you're getting out of that. You're not getting any sort of like free switch or whatever the case is. It's a fraction of his kit, as you'd imagine. And I get it, because I don't think the game is built for that too much. You know,
it's not. It's built for you to chill on the toilet with. Man.
Yeah. They did what they could, and from checking out some of the other characters, there's definitely characters that go through like phases of having their kits change according to, you know, getting into certain states with them. There was one. Okay, yeah. So two of the ones I was looking at was like Watanabe Epitaph, who is somebody who does a bunch of stuff, gets into one phase, and then his whole kit changes. And with Dante, you're like, yeah, that's his devil trigger. He already has that. So to then go do that extensively on each one, it was just, it's not the same Dante. It is highly limited, but you can be stylish. You can do some stuff. But for sure, Virgil fans are eating way, way better than anyone who's trying to pick Dante in this game. And similarly,
I think this is kind of how it was always going to have to go based on the limitations of a phone game.
I think so. And similarly, I think Nero could also work as a simple moveset character, you know, where like switching arms is kind of like the most complex it would get, but Dante just can't.
You'd sword, gun, arm, switch arm. Would be your buttons.
Yeah. But I would also say that like a group of devs that cared less about these characters would have tried way less as well. You know, this is an extremely reasonable compromise, given that they could have just went like, look, man, you get one, leave me alone, you know. I'm sure it's better than fucking Pinnacle of Combat, you know, by not switching off these things into 15 or 20 different Dantes to pick from, right? And then you know, I've seen I haven't done it a bunch of it, but there's definitely like, you know, hang out with them, pet them, feed them gifts, go into the tunnel of love, you know.
I'm looking at screenshots of Virgil actually sitting in the plastic lawn chair for realsies in chibi mode.
Okay, I didn't see that. I just saw the Clifod version.
I'm also seeing some kind of pose builder where you can get the chair for your other characters.
There you go.
Which is fucking so stupid, because like that chair has nothing to do with Devil May Cry.
No, they know everything you want to see. Yeah. Even the fucking Dante slicking his hair back, the legend continues, doing the make fun of Virgil pose. He's even got that in there, you know. So yeah, honestly, like, and I haven't gone through all the content, but just at the baseline level of just picking the characters and just trying them out and seeing what's going on, pretty well done. And not to mention, of course, it's definitely one of these more stylish, you know, mobile gacha character action style things as well. Like even the baseline characters are doing cool stuff, and I can see why this and Zenless, you know, were getting recommended. In particular here as well, I think like there's like 3 or 4 different katana wielding, judgment cutting, time slowing picks to go with.
Virgil is like canonical, despite the fact that Nero is you know here. Like like Virgil's daughters have propagated amongst the gacha populace.
Yeah,
like, it's a really, really specific archetype.
And I guess, you know, now that this is a metric that matters, from boot up to mash past all the daily screen poison is quicker than other games have been. So I appreciate that I only get, you know, I don't know, 10 seconds of than a full minute of it. So yeah, I'll go explore a little bit more of that.
Those games would be really fun for me to play on my phone if I didn't have the brain disease that made them completely horrible for me in every single way.
Didn't you get the phone controller?
No, not that brain disease.
Oh,
the brain disease of I never got that character.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the brain disease that they built their entire empires on.
Which is why being a tourist for this particular game works perfectly, because I can not give a fuck about whoever I missed after or before this. You know, I'm literally just here for this moment only.
I played Uma Musume for like 2 weekends and never spent a dime, and was like, yeah, fun horse game. And then dropped it because it wasn't activating my disease brain.
Yeah. So how about that?
I think there's only one game I ever played for a really, 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 really long time on my phone and felt good about it, and I never spent any money on it either, and it was Runeterra.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Legends of Runeterra, the card game.
Well, I was going to say the whole conversation about that game has been like, look how generous it is, right?
Yeah, and then they went broke.
But it's fucked up to say that, like, hey, this game you enjoyed is not being toxic enough to you. Therefore, you're not spending as much time and money on it.
Hey, listen, that's actually listen.
Encouraging the toxicity is wild, dude. There is a secondary part of this where it's like there's a whole lot of language as well for these things, which is like, I guess there's like weapons to unlock and stuff as well, but ratings, rankings, duplicates, you for every Dante you get a second Dante free, or I'm like, yeah, I don't.
How many horse cards you got, bro?
I mean, look, if I can go into the mission and pick the one that I want and do the full moves, then I'm good.
How many times do I have to roll until Dante will play Goo Goo Babies?
I think like 5.
Yeah, you gotta roll many Dantes for Goo Goo Baby time.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm happy that I was able to get exactly what I wanted to fairly quickly and not like look at any of the other things here, but I seeing that there's like, oh, here's the social lines if you want to go hang out and get all that dating stuff or whatever.
Hang out.
If you want all that dating stuff or whatever, it's like, yeah, with these two fucking goobers, I kind of do. I do want to see those lines.
With these two massive losers?
Mm-hmm. Hanging out with each other, having their conversations, and, you know, them being all like sun, because it's like, I guess, again, like it's them basically post-hell being like, oh, he's here too.
You know, I don't know if it's part of news, but people are mentioning it in the chat. Have you been following up on what's happening with P5X?
No.
So did we talk about P5X at all?
Yes, we talked
about Subway Slammer.
We talked about Subway Slamming, and then we talked about how the new writing team took over after that and hated everything that came before.
Okay, and that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so P5X is in the process of being actively destroyed by Sega and being run directly into the ground to death.
Why?
So let's take Uma Musume, right? So Uma Musume released 3-4 years ago, right? And they want to catch international people up. So they are on an accelerated schedule, right? So events that were 6 weeks, now they're 4 weeks, that kind of thing. But to compensate for that, everybody's got like double experience, double everything forever until it's caught up, right? P5X said, hey, so we're going to accelerate it super, super fast, but also we're going to cut all the free stuff you get in half or less. So your actual free ass purchasing power is like 20% of what it was, because we want to drag as much money out of you as possible.
Oh, that.
But it's gotten even worse.
Oh,
because they put out, oh god, I the details are a little fuzzy, but basically they put out a promotion where you'd get like a small catch-up item, but the item would count towards your like weekly totals. So if you accepted it at the beginning of the week, you just couldn't earn anything in game at all.
okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like as we were just discussing, that exact FOMO toxicity button.
Yeah, no, it's been run into the dirt, and sales and all that shit are like down. It will probably get canceled by the end of the year in all regions other than China, where the Chinese devs actually came out and said, that's not us doing it. It's Sega. It's not us. We're still running the game in China.
Man, anytime we have a conversation like this where there's a game with content and then the production filter that's put in front of the content for how it's drip fed to you or how to make you feel about your ability to access it, that is just slimes up the entire process here, is the most disgusting feeling shit ever, dude.
Yeah, Sega's like, oh, we got you. Let's get the gacha money. And instead of getting like 5 to 10 years of incredibly good gacha money from gambling addicts, they're going to burn their entire audience out in every country in the world other than China in like 6 months.
But is it that Bobby Kotick school of like burn it fast, hot, and while you got it?
No, it's not. It's Sega's school of, oh, how's it go? Now that we've killed the golden goose. Well, how's it go?
Cutting the golden goose open to get the eggs faster.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. Well, that's Bobby.
Now that we have these golden eggs, we don't have to worry about that goose anymore.
Okay, well, that, the Kotick school is the, like, we know that Guitar Hero has like minutes on the clock, so let's make 5 more of them to make people get extra sick and squeeze every drop of blood out of the stone.
See, that's slightly different because at least those are separate things and you're saturating the market. Mm-hmm. This one is like you're basically demanding that they pay you everything they have up front today. Like, this is like if Guitar Hero came out with 6 games in 2 months and said, give it to us all now.
It's just crazy how like the actual game itself has no part in this conversation whatsoever.
None. Monetization's important. How people actually spend money on their dollars in their video games. I saw a stat today that the average person in the U.S. spends $325 on video games a year, and 50% of that is microtransactions.
Oh, what? Huh.
So at 170, that's 2 games.
Hold up. Is that also factoring in a upfront console purchase average, if that's a part of it at all? Or is this just not including consoles? I believe
that is just in general.
Okay.
North American players spend an average of $325 on gaming annually, accounting for 28% of global spending.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably phone only or Steam only, and
for consoles,
and half is micro.
For consoles, if it's $325, split that in 2, you got like what, $160? You know what that is? Call of Duty, Madden, plus cards and skins,
or Super Robot Wars with the extra sounds and music.
I don't think that represents a piece of this pie chart enough to show. Oh yes, and the Fortnite, yeah.
Oh man, right. Getting those Power Rangers going.
Though there is a stat, and this is from like the late 90s, early aughts. So it may have changed up until then.
Oh,
but I remember it was going around.
That's a fucking eon ago.
Yeah, well, the core of it is a value, which is that approximately 10% of all game players represent 40% of all income in the games business.
Yeah, sure, whales, I believe, and
like you and me are doing our fair share.
And even not whale, but like overall. Yeah,
enthusiast is the word you're looking for.
Sure. Monetizing the few. attracting the many. 100, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Enthusiasm.
But I'd love to see what that turns into with the current state of gacha games and such like that. I saw like there was a thread on Steam community that was like gacha game player chart, like it was just comparing all the rates, and essentially
I believe it's like 5% whales and like 90% free players.
That's higher than I thought. I would have put whales lower than that.
I think it is like a 1 in 10 are paying for the 9 in 10 situation for most gacha games.
I would have put whales below 2 if you asked me. Yeah, that even then, you know.
Well, whale has like a range, right?
Yes.
What do you consider a whale? Do you consider a Saudi prince putting in 40K into Zenless Zone Zero a whale? Yeah, obviously. Do you consider?
So is $40 to 40,000 the dolphin then? Is that the mid range? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very strange business.
I saw a thread that was basically like it was for people who wanted to play a gacha game, but didn't care what, and just wanted to know which had the best odds on it, kind of thing. And I was like, whoa, we're breaking it down like that. If you're just,
that's weird.
It was just percentages and things like for like, oh, if you wanted this week, this event, this thing's going, jump in over here if you want to get the best feeling pulls on this thing.
That's fucking weird.
Also, I guess this is my first time seeing something like this where there's like, hey, roll here to get Dante, roll here to get Virgil.
Right.
And then, but then here's roll here to get Fate Dante or Fate Virgil. And I was like, what's the deal with that? And it's like, it's the same thing. And when you click on them, it's the same thing. It's just the color changes a little bit. And then like Googling it, it seems like it's, whereas the normal version has a pity threshold you hit and then you get it after however many, right? The Fate version gives you, instead of a 0.5 chance to get like an S rank, and then a pity threshold far further in, you have a like 1.5 chance to get that S rank, but after the 80% threshold or so, you are not guaranteed the pity. The pity just increases the chance of getting the S rank, but you can potentially go through an entire range of pity pulls and never get the actual pity.
I bet you there are nerds who have run the math on this and discovered that it is a massive scam.
Absolutely. It turns out it's a complete scam. Because you have
even under the context of this scam, it's an even bigger scam.
It is insurance when you're at the dealer's table and you're about to watch them get blackjack and they're going, you want to put more money down? You want to lose a little bit more? Insurance? Anybody? You know, 100%. You're buying chance from the future and pulling it forward to the front. But when chance fails you get fucked even harder, because now that guarantee is no longer a guarantee, which means you can spend all that money or all those points and get nothing for it. And too bad, go home, you know? Absolute fucking crazy scam options there. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. Also I think, what was the other character? Lucia Crimson Weave is what I wrote down here, which is another one of them. He's doing judgment cuts. It's stylish, it's cool. But this isn't a game too as well, where like I think people were saying like, yeah, like 2B came in, and then it took years for another shot at it, and then there was there was a BlackRock shooter guest character that only came once and never showed up again. So yeah, with all these things, it's like try it now or forever hold your peace, you know?
No, I have to give up. I have to get away. I can't do it. My brain won't allow it. It makes me sick and miserable.
Even if you don't, if you match the skip button, then you don't get the lock-in hooks that make you care, you know?
No. The point of a game like that is to see an inventory screen with every square filled.
Oh, But there's 18,000 inventory screens in these things. Like,
well, then I guess I shouldn't play it.
Damn. Anyway, the implementation is nice. You know, I think you're allowed to do training with them for free, even if you don't have them pulled, just to try them out anyway.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Because then you can realize that you'd be having lots of fun, but you're not.
I will say that the tone you're hearing is from somebody who got Virgil after 2 attempts at pulling.
Also, you're mentally resilient in regards to these things in a way that I'm not. Like, you just are.
Well, I said to myself, how much am I willing to spend to try this character out, or to walk away from it forever?
And then be like, go on the podcast and be like, well, tried $40 and didn't give me shit. That game sucks.
This could have been a completely different segment. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, these games are bad. I didn't even get Virgil.
Okay, so beyond that, the other thing I did was...
You sound like somebody who like was offered a vial of heroin, shot it in your arm, got high, and then the next day you were like, didn't care for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I've been told about Coke that, like, because especially growing up in a very, like, you know, super like religious situation where you're just like, yo, scary drugs, right? The whole time I've been like, oh, you mean that crazy fucking thing that makes you go wah, and you're like every movie and stuff, and it's like, actually no, it turns out it's really simple and easy, and like almost as like an extremely smooth cup of coffee, and because it's so smooth, that's why it's dangerous. And you're like, okay, so it's actually how easy it is to just be like, ooh, let's do another bump, right? As opposed to the like movie montage of everything going in slow motion. And
what if I jumped into a big old snowbank of cocaine and died?
Right? You're thinking Tony Montana when it turns out it's it's way milder than that, and the fact that it's mild is what's actually dangerous, you know? But yeah, that's that's kind of it. I'm just like, yeah, let me try that out. Hit me up. Yep, all right, wasn't for me, you know? That's also the power of Devil May Cry, really, you know? All right, so what I also did was I checked out that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
It's excellent.
It's super good.
So from the trailers I saw, hey, look, it's a sprite-based, beautiful Ninja Gaiden 2D game. And I was like, that's one of those character action franchises that, you know, I didn't get to touch really, besides like doing a little bit of QA here and there. You know, it was always just like, oh boy, I don't know what's been going on with the Hayabusa lore. Turns out it doesn't fucking matter.
It's stupid as shit. It's dumb as fuck, dude.
Turns out it doesn't matter. And the only things I do know are like the old Nintendo games. And it turns out this is basically just kind of remaking those. Not really. It's its own original game. But
it's okay. So Ninja Gaiden 1 and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound are happening simultaneously.
Yes, you're playing as like Kenji, and like you see Ryu go, "Oh, my dad's dead. I gotta go to America."
Ninja Gaiden 1.
Yeah, he does the same thing. He gets the sword. You see the whole the intro plays out with Joe and everything, and you know, it does the whole bit, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, dad's dead. Time to go to America. You stay here and take care of whatever's going on." And then like Kenji, the main character of Ragebound, is like, this is what was happening during Ninja Gaiden 1 for the Nintendo, you know?
Great setup.
Super cool. And then, yeah, you are also playing through a 2D side-scroller where birds are fuck-ass coming at you from off-screen.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
Shit's jumping from bottom and top, and you're crawling on the ceiling, and you're crawling on the walls, and you're doing Ninja Gaiden shit, you know, in a much more beautiful sprite-based context. And a couple of just really like awesome things like the double jump is like a slash bounce off of the enemies, and building up the, you know, charge slash that one hit kills things, and it's just a really, really tight system. Did you get how many levels did you get in?
I got enough levels to get to the game's primary character switching gimmick.
Awesome. Okay. So yes, you have two characters in here that are one character, and a decent amount of like customizable ninja tools on 2 buttons, and then your basic jump and slash and dodge, etc. on your
the game's quite buttons. Short. I'm gonna end up beating it tomorrow night on stream probably.
Okay.
Like, it's very, very short. Getting the Blasphemous Gang to do this was the right move.
Is that who did it? It's the Blasphemous Gang? Yep. Okay. Sick. Okay. Because once I saw the flow, which is like you can get charged up, you can charge up your sword, hurts you to do it, and you can one-shot kill something. Or you can kill an enemy that's glowing blue, and then you'll get that same charge. But if you use your red tools to kill red things, you can also get that charge. And if you daisy chain red and blue kills
it's kind of like Ikaruga.
Yeah, if you Ikaruga 5 times by killing red things with a charged blue or blue things with a charged red, you build up these fire orbs, which let you do supers and skills and keep your combo going. And it has a really fun just momentum to that. It's been designed so that you're like, okay, if I want to S rank this level, I can come back through just enemy step slash off of everything and then start one-shot killing things. And if I'm moving with the right level of speed and precision, I can make it just in enough time to one-shot kill that big enemy and keep it moving, you know? And then as the secondary character mechanic that they have going, there's these little side sections of the levels where you switch to a second character, and her stuff is timed, and it's much more skill-based platforming. And there's a lot of really cool shoot your kunai at that target to teleport to it kind of puzzle solving. Fantastic stuff. And
I had a really strange, because I didn't know about the character switching mechanic or character integration mechanic where she becomes like a move set added on top of Kenji. So I played through her levels and I'm like, this is so fucking weird, because she is just like the exact same character as Kenji, just way better because all of her attacks are ranged. Holy shit, that's so weird. Why did they make one character so much better?
Because it's half the game.
Okay, there it is.
You're doing it together, right? So Ragebound also has a fantastic results screen when you clear a mission, and it shows you you got S rank. Okay, why did you get S rank? Well, you collected all the things, you kept the combo going, you did it fast enough, and then you completed the 3 challenges that were set for this mission. Press Y to break it down to see how much each of those things contributed to your score. And see just how shy you fell for 1 or 2 of those particular things. And then you go to the shop where you can buy new weapons, new accessories, new supers, and new ways to spend your meter. And then it's or you can buy debuffs. And by buying the debuffs, it's okay, put this on. Every time you die, you don't start at a checkpoint, you start at the beginning of the stage, but this guarantees your rank goes up by 1 letter at the end. Right? And then a bunch of shit like that.
That's how I'm going to get S ranks.
So you basically can stack the deck against you to make the game way harder, but if you make it all the way through, you basically guarantee that S. Modifying difficulty via items you purchase that reward you with better ranking is
that's great.
That's a really cool way to do it.
I think that game is super cool.
Well designed. That's a fun way to adapt difficulty. And then what was the other bit with it? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is it's also just got very short so far, and I feel like I'm getting through pretty far to beating it as well. Boss fights.
I played it for an hour and a half and was I feel like I'm halfway through the fucking game.
Okay.
That game feels real short.
There's some secret missions that come in on another menu too that are extra challenging and have the harder stuff behind them. But yeah, and then you get some boss fights that are like proper Ninja Gaiden 2D NES fucking boss fights, like some shit where you're like, yeah, you can scrape your way through this and kind of, you know, survive, take a couple hits, but that's gonna take forever. You want to live forever? You want to fucking get in there, you know? And then like going in to do damage on the boss and like do it stylishly is gonna take precision, you know? So like I love that as well, where there's an element of it where you can bounce off of every projectile, cut through almost any projectile, bounce off of the bosses or the enemies at multiple points, but the screen will fill up with shit in certain instances, and it's like you can wait for this long sequence to end, or you can hurt yourself a little bit, push
through it,
super slash that boss and like slam his ass against the wall and then just fucking wail on him, you know? So yeah, like if you're or otherwise basically go, if I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna subject my own damage to myself and use it to fucking crush this boss faster. So Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, very, very cool.
Very cool. I should mention that I got it for free. They sent me a code.
Okay. Yeah, I see Shinobi's also on its way.
The timing on that is ridiculous.
It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny.
We went for decades without this shit, and now it's like, hey, guess what? Both of them at the same time.
Yeah, and I have unfortunately had to turn down an opportunity to check out Shinobi. But I
hope there is a legally distinct Spider-Man in Shinobi.
Fuck it. I'm down. I just remember back in the day, that was the one on Genesis with the dog versus the one that was on Nintendo, you know? I was kind of like, what's with these competing ninja games? Why is this a thing, you know?
Because ninjas are cool, man.
Yeah. And then, and then when Shinobi came back with the really long scarf, I was like, okay, yeah, you're going your own way with it. Like, I appreciated that. But yeah, Ragebound is fucking dope, and it's especially great if you're a fan of the Nintendo Ninja Gaiden games. I kind of wish there was a mode.
I'm a fan of them in like spirit.
That's what I'm saying. Well, so I want there to be a mode when you beat this that's like when you leave the screen and turn around, enemies respawn. I want a mode where that bird, like as soon as you turn around and come back, it's like horse shit fucking spawning enemies. Yeah, good stuff though. Good stuff. So that's about it though. Go check that out. Go check out the PST episode as well, and check out the plushie that's currently still available too.
Where can people find you this week, Wooly?
At home, in my basement, fucking putting stuffed animals up.
All right. Where can people find you in an undisclosed, unclear period of weeks?
Nowhere, but if you want to go check out other stuff, that's Wooly Versus on YouTube.
Where can people watch reruns of your current stuff?
Go. The best of Silent Hill, for example, you can catch Christ. Over on Wooly Versus. Yes, that's where stuff's going
on. I suppose it's time for Pat's week, huh?
What's happening?
So I played a couple of games, but fuck that. I want to talk about something else. So my little boy is 2 years old-ish, right? He's a little older now.
Yay.
Right? And we're like, you know what? We're getting to the end of summer. We don't want to miss the shot. So we went and hung out with some friends of mine. And they live relatively close to a lake. So we're like, why don't we get everybody in the car and go down to the lake and throw on a little baby life jacket on the little baby. Ooh, and we put him in the lake and he can have a good experience with swimming with mom and dad.
A body of water.
Instead of the experience that I had with swimming, which was being drowned by my neighbor. Not a good way to start that.
Don't remember that one.
Yeah, no,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So we went down to the lake. It was super hot, so that worked out really well. Got the man in his little swim trunks, got his little life jacket on. It fit perfect. It was awesome. Go down to the lake, get his little feet wet, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm splashing. I'm like, I'm doing good dad things here. I'm doing it. Go a little further into the lake. You know, when the water hits your junk and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that didn't like it. But after a little bit, he's like, okay, I'm okay. And I'm like throwing up in the air. And so he's getting dunked a little bit. And he's like, ha ha ha, I'm laughing, right? And then mom comes out and she helps. But then we're out there and we're like relatively deep, and he starts getting like really upset.
Okay.
Really upset.
Okay. Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so I think he's afraid of the water because we're swimming now, right? We're holding the child and we're swimming. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show him how not scary the water is. And I'm gonna go all the way into the water, and I'm gonna poke back up and be like, "Hi!"
No.
So I go all the way under the water while Paige is holding the little man, and I poke back up on the water, and I see my little dude pointing at me and just going, like just as loud as he can.
Yeah. God damn. There's you got to go slow. You got to really slowly integrate the water, you know, especially when it's like full body of water in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, I was brought to the beach in Grenada every Saturday, basically. Like for when I was there, we would go to church, and then afterwards we'd go to the beach, and learned early, you know, about the water and stuff. But I definitely remember the phases of being like, okay, I'm okay to go in and go further as long as I'm always looking at the beach, and as long as and then like, and mom's right here, and then I remember like, okay, going under until I'm like, my eyes still need to be sticking out. I'm not okay to go under yet, you know, or even opening your eyes took like a while for me to get okay with that. But there's a whole point, even with the life jackets on and stuff, there's a whole point where essentially like, until you're able to float deliberately and keep yourself afloat and actually feel like you're controlling your agency or so, which turns out babies learn to do naturally in water, right? Like you humans are pretty good in the water, but until you have that, everything is terrifying. Everything is scary. It's just like you like the moment something doesn't work, it's like it's an immediate panic mode, you know? So yeah, you got to really ease that in. And over the course of multiple sessions too. Yeah.
We took him back to the beach and we're like, hey, are you okay? And he was a little upset. And we're like, hey, you want to go back swimming? And we go, no. He was like, that's okay. But, and this is the important thing, we took him back, gave him a bath, and he had fun in the bath. So he wasn't like, oh, water. Fuck. Didn't botch that shit.
Yeah.
Also of note, swimming around, there's other people at the lake, right? And I see a couple show up with their child, and I see what must be the most miserable experience imaginable, which is guy is super ripped, mom is super ripped, child is normal child. Walk up to the edge of the beach, pose, photo. Dad, you come out, pose, photo. Hand the fucking, I look like a 3-year-old. Maybe 4-year-old. The phone. Mom and dad pose.
Oh God, that's new.
And then they went and sat on their towels.
Oh,
and I don't think they got into the water. I don't think they got into the water. I definitely didn't see the kid in the water once.
Instagram
and
family.
I'm like in a bathing suit and I'm schlubbing out.
Fuck.
And like Paige didn't have a bathing suit, so Paige just dove into the lake wearing her dress. She's like, I don't give a shit, right? Man. And we're trying to do like baby memories over here, and I'm over here looking. I'm like, oh my fucking God, you just came here to put it on Instagram and left.
Okay, like there was no they got in earlier or they got in way later.
I never saw them. I saw them arrive. I never saw them get into the water.
They didn't get wet. That sucks. Influencer parents. Dear God, that sucks.
Oh my God, dude.
Brutal. Okay.
Just miserable. Just awful. I hate it. The judgment, and like the judgment feels good because like I'm doing, like, even if I'm making mistakes, I'm like, I'm doing good dad stuff. Yeah. And then I look over here and I'm like, oh my fucking God, you guys are just like,
yeah.
This is you just built a selfie stick that can cry.
There's a particular energy I'm being reminded of, which is kind of like pool party on the block, right? In the hood, where like basically like folks get together and everyone just puts on their nice outfit and just stands around the pool and just has a drink and just plays music and chills, and no one gets in the pool. The pool is crowded and no one is in the water.
I have not been to the hood version of that, but I have been to a very similar get together in which like it's a pool party and they're like 3 under 10-year-old children in the pool surrounded by like 45 adults. And I remember being one of those kids and being like, why did you I remember thinking like, why did the adults even come here?
Yeah. It's just to have a get together, but to do it's to have a cookout or barbecue type thing, but with the pool as an accessory. The pool is,
listen, man, when I hang out with people and get a little drunk, I like to be near a violent drowning hazard.
And you know how nice it looks when it's darker and there's cool lights coming from it and you're taking the selfie?
It's
great. Right? The water glowing in the background looks really cool, you know, especially when no one's in it.
Yeah. It's so lame, dude.
Yeah. No, that shit sucks. And obviously, you know, there's a whole other bit with like, you know, whether or not you get access to a pool and you learn how to swim to begin with, because turns out that was a shitty thing that a lot of people in the city didn't have the ability to learn to do.
Not knowing how to swim is not good.
No, but it's also gonna like, you know, depending on where you like, do you live in a place where you're gonna be in a body of water anytime soon? So you'll probably get by fine for most of your life without it, you know, until a certain point.
See, that's what people think, but bodies of water are everywhere.
Even when you least expect it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes, actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, hey, did the fucking levees break? Well, it turns out.
The river looks a little high. Oh, it looks close also.
That's moving really quickly. Yeah, no, for sure. Is your city built in a basin, you know? Yeah, no, I was very, that's one thing I'll give credit to Grenada for, and I'm thankful for, is like, I got very acquainted with water very quickly, and then also at summer camp too, like, did the, like, lifeguard diving instruction things to like go down and like grab the rock and all that shit as well. And yeah, just learning to not be afraid in the water and how to move around and stuff like makes it a way more fun experience to do, but it takes a while to like integrate all that, especially at a young age or so. It also helps if the beaches are very pretty and nice and the water is clear and like, and it's not, you know, some of there's mud pit Canadian beaches that exist here where it's like, man, you tried.
This is technically a beach.
You dropped some dirt near some water and you kind of said, yeah, you can go in there. It's not going to get you too sick, and called it a day. Fuck those things.
Let's just go swim in the Hudson. But that was a fun little experience. Had a good time. Wonderful.
Cool.
As for games, I continue to beeline Xenoblade. I have made it more than halfway through that game already.
Sick.
Which is fucking ridiculous. It took me 4 streams to pass my old self from 2011, which is disgusting. Disgusting.
Are you aware of or keeping track of like things being missed at all?
Yeah, more or less.
Is that part of the data?
The main thing is that Xenoblade has like a lot of like MMO style quests about going to get bare asses and exploring the environment. So like when I pull up the map, you can see the fog of war and where you haven't like like shown it, and it's a fucking straight line. I have maps that look like lines.
Because what I think will make beelining even better is if there was like a spreadsheet that was just 15 rows of bare ass collection missions to see how how skippable and worthless those things are.
So I'm picking up every side quest. I'm not going out of my way to do any of them. So there is a big old list of just incompleted quests.
Okay.
That game rules. I feel that game rules and is so much more Xeno than I had originally thought it was. That I could see I could see had I actually played and beat this in 2011, it would have
shaped your taste.
My taste
shaped
over
your taste.
time.
Wow, Xenoblade 1, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Very weird. Great game. What else am I into? I haven't messed around with Sagat yet in 6, but I do have people on my Blue Sky timeline that are getting insanely Sagat pissed off. I don't think Sagat players are human, levels of salty. And I'm looking at that and I'm going I gotta play Sagat. I gotta get some Sagat time in.
Are we just returning to the 90s? Is this just
yes we are, dude?
Is this just people finding out about the 90s?
So whenever I see somebody getting real mad at Sagat on my timeline, I just post a picture of a tiger, and they don't like it, but I like it.
I mean, just put the letter O in front of his name to fucking jump scare a boomer. This is, guess what? Sagat has never been terrible. He's always really good.
He has always been super, super fucking good.
So sounds about right. But it is funny, but it is interesting to note that okay, so you gotta catch word on the winds about the salt. Seeing as Elena, I guess didn't quite drum up as much sodium.
No, Elena didn't cause hatred like Sagat did. And the only other thing left is that Paige has actually been playing a lot of Fear and Hunger 2. She's actually streaming Fear and Hunger 2 in 2 hours. If you're listening to this live, she is attached to that game very intensely.
Okay.
And I was well, I played an hour or two of Termina. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to play Fear and Hunger 1 because I don't want to miss out on that by playing a superior one. And the reality of that is that it's too late.
Wait, you went back a second time?
No, to Fear and Hunger 1.
Because we talked about that last week when.
I did go back a second time.
Okay,
and the answer is going back after touching Fear and Hunger 2 it's too late.
Okay.
The main thing is that Fear and Hunger 1 feels like shit to play. Moving around feels awful compared to the second game.
So I would say, with the interest of sampling but knowing that you're going to tap out, there is a tap out point that you can approach, and if you ever were just dicking around, and because it's also restarting blind and going in a different direction and seeing what happens and getting lucky or whatever. But I would say that in terms of just sampling the flavors, Crow Mauler is the name of something you can encounter, and
sure,
I would say that that's a good place to be okay, I see what this is offering.
So I want to be really clear here. I am not talking about the gameplay systems or the look.
Oh,
I'm talking about not
RPG
being able to move,
Maker walking around.
I'm not being able to move diagonally, and the way that the screen kind of stutters on every step.
Oh, you could go diagonal in 2?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Holy shit. I didn't know that. I'm used to fucking I'm grid walking. So
when
here.
I play 1, every single step I take, I go, ugh. Literally moving the character, which is way harder for me to get over than, there's these obtuse mechanics and there's,
Interesting.
And I don't like it when I complain about this and people go, but it's just an RPG Maker game. So's the second one. Yeah. It's just a better made RPG Maker
Well,
game.
Again, this is a student project. It is a student project which was submitted by Miro, and then later on, hey, look, people liked it. Let's make that again because Berserk is cool. Did Paige try Funger 1 at all?
No.
Okay.
No, she's been diving deep on Funger 2, which was really funny because she accidentally cosplayed one of the characters. Like one of the characters is a redhead that wears a yellow jumpsuit. And Paige started up one of her streams where she's playing as that character wearing her yellow jumpsuit that she has.
Cool.
And I was like, did you do that on purpose? She's like, do what on purpose? I'm like, okay, whatever. No, that second game is way better. That second game is way better.
No, people are booting up that first one and going through it, especially for like a stream, with the intent of like fighting against it and feeling its aggressive bullshit and against.
Oh no, I want to fight against the game. I don't want to fight against
walking
the
around.
Controls.
But like that they become one and the same at certain points.
No. No,
there are navigation moments and things on the ground and traps and things to fall into and all kinds
the second one has all those things as well. It just controls better. That's it.
Well, and in this case, you're moving on a grid and things are coming up behind you and you just got to make sure you move on a grid. And in some instances, it's not a timing that matters. It's more precision. So it's like you can move cardinal directions to get through this puzzle or struggle or whatever the case is. You'll take your time, but you're just going to make sure that you stick to 4 directions, You
know what? Hold on a second. I have somebody in the chat say, I think there's a mod that changes the movement to feel more like 2.
Wow.
Just send me that on Blue Sky and I will install it and give it another shot.
I wonder how that would affect certain areas. Because there's a lot of stuff that is moving diagonal. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how
There's also a run button in Termina.
Oh, there's a run ability in Funger 1, but you have to either have a character that has it or gain it.
Oh yeah, and there's also a character. It's a character in Funger 2 that has a wheelchair. And so if you encounter stairs, you have to hit C to get out of your wheelchair to crawl up the stairs.
I mean, in this game, you can have no legs and crawl. In Funger 1, you can crawl around, and just have to do it the slow way. And that's kind of dog shit, but there you are. Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah. And somebody mentioned it. I forgot that I talked about it. I went back to Dragon Quest 11. Because I never got very far in that game at all. And as I was playing it and having a really good time, and just I'm playing it 4 or 5 years later, and I'm playing it like a dad instead of like a gamer, if that makes any sense. I'm taking way longer and just chilling the fuck out.
At your own pace.
And it's very nice. And as I was playing it, I could feel the emotional beginning of the most annoying take possible with the shittiest discourse ever. And it was, man, it'd be really cool if Final Fantasy made an old style game that was new. I would really like that if they just made a new Final Fantasy 5, 6, or 9. That would be really cool if they did that. Oh man.
Oh boy. Yep. Well, we live in a world with remake fucking 16 and Clair Obscur. So take your pick. Go in the direction you want to go in. Or the full on,
I want the version of the game where it says Final Fantasy on it and it looks like a new version of the old game, but it's just.
I can get you the one that doesn't say Final Fantasy on it.
No.
Well.
So I brought that up And then I got into the horrible Bloodstained discussion. Which is like Bloodstained's cool, but got no Dracula.
Octopath Traveler and so on.
Octopath Traveler is not a goddamn Final Fantasy game. That is a saga game.
And when I played that pixel remaster of 6, I thought that was pretty well done. That was cool.
They should make another one of those. That's what I think.
Yeah, I don't imagine Square goes the path of like Mega Man 9 and 10 on this,
Yeah.
Even though
if I could think about Mega Man 9, 10, and 11, I can think, wow, those games were absolutely incredible. Good thing they didn't keep making those, because I had a really lot of fun playing them and really enjoyed them a lot.
Imagine this timeline where they made a numbered like retro style FF game and it was amazing and everything was about it was great, but simply due to the times that we live in, it ends up being a complete flop, right?
Yeah.
Like, how depressing would that be?
That'd be extraordinarily depressing. I really don't think that would happen, but that's just my own gut feeling.
I think
to everyone saying that Bravely Default is a Final Fantasy game, it's not. It's literally not. Don't stop it. Stop.
I think the way they'd get away with it is if they basically made 2 numbers at the same time and then just went, we're going to sacrifice one on this.
I mean, they're already doing that, aren't they? Like,
they're
doing like
kind
they
of,
did 16 and they did remake and remake 2.
Yeah, and like, and here's the one for people with taste that can appreciate quality, and then here's the other one that is the slop that but it's expensive quintuple A slop, but
Okay, I don't want to get too deep into it because it's the most frustrating thing at all. But people saying that Bravely Default is a Final Fantasy game because it has the subtitle Flying Fairy didn't get far enough into that game to realize just how stupid that very, very, very specific point is. I can't say any more without spoiling a bunch of stuff.
I always thought
that specific argument is like the dumbest thing conceivable.
What little I know, I do know that like the name of the game, based on the way that its whole job system works, is distinctly what makes it unique and not a Final Fantasy game, right?
I can't. I don't want.
All right. We dance. Well, anyway, yeah, that's fine.
If you want to see more stuff from Pat this coming week, you can go down to twitch.tv/PatStaresAt. I'll be playing Ragebound, more beelining Xenoblade, and then on Saturday, I'm going to be starting a new segment that people kept asking me about called A Link to the Pats, where I will be playing games from 15 to 20 years ago. And I'm going to do that goddamn Rocket Knight Adventures LP that I never got to do. Damn. Not Sparkster. Oh, I can't have that conversation again.
I wasn't going to ask about Sparkster. I was gonna inquire where you tracked down the Xbox Live Arcade game. That's fucking.
Wow, you were ready.
That's a feat.
You were ready. Oh, we don't talk about that thing.
That one got memory hold. That got memory hold.
I gotta say, dude, I saw it look bad. And then I just never even followed up on it at all after it came out. Like, I just kind of pretended it didn't come out and just ignored it completely. Is it even really bad, or is it just like?
It's terrible. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I want to say I actually booted it up and went in. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fuck.
All right.
Well, all right. Well, yeah. Look forward to that. And that's it for me. Unless do you have this 2XKO interview from Eurogamer on here?
I do.
Okay.
I like until the game launches, there's not much else to say really, but
I don't want to talk about the game. I want to talk about the interview.
But I did notice that the term freaky pick came up. The wording of freaky pick came up, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
we talk about freak picks.
Yeah, we're talking about freak picks. So I want to give a shout out. I don't even care about the content of the article. I want to give a shout out to Connor McCarr, the staff writer over at Eurogamer, who has done my favorite interview I've ever seen with a fighting game dev, in which he interviewed Tom Cannon and Sean Rivera separately, and then like just combined the answers. In which he asked them 8 times in a row, "Yo, why is your roster so shit?"
I mean, that's
just every single time. Like, it's why did the team pick these 8 characters?
Not worded exactly like that. But the questioning, the source of the question being like, how did you pick what you picked?
Why did you pick them?
What's to be expected? That. Right, the picks of, and then like, what are we looking for? What are we looking at when it comes to future character picks? What are we getting? Robots? Are we getting freak picks? What's coming?
Did you pick the characters because they're popular? Is that why you picked them?
And it sounds like freak picks incoming. Eventually,
it's very interesting to see. Finally, someone got them to actually say, "Well, there's wizards and yordles and monsters, and robots. We could put all sorts of things in here."
It sounds like freak picks incoming over time eventually. So that's the deal.
Fucking love that interview. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad.
I want to fucking play more, really.
I don't.
Well,
until they add a fucking character I really would like to play as, please.
Yeah,
like I got my entire fill out of Darius and Ilaoi in the closed alpha.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it. I got Boxer Ilaoi. Let's go with me. All right. Before we do that, quick break.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. BRB. quick word from our sponsors.
I love a sponsor.
All right, what's going on? What is up this week? We're sponsored by Hero Forge.
Oh, cool.
If you are getting a miniature game, if you're getting a tabletop game set up and you need miniatures, Hero Forge is the best way to get some cool, detailed, custom miniatures for your games on the board. It's awesome. There is a very, very cool website that allows you to jump on and make customized tabletop miniatures for whatever style game you're running. You know, you can do fantasy stuff, you can do sci-fi stuff. There's tons of material options you can pick. You essentially have an extremely detailed character creator. And yeah, you can print out minis in tons of different materials, bronze, color standees, color plastic options as well. If you want to 3D print your designs at home, they have downloadable model files that you can get. You can have an entire super detailed OC with really, really fine printing details, and you can also add the kit bashing option, which lets you stick up to like tons of extra accessories. I think it was 20 or so models,
that's a bunch.
Pieces all together. If you want to have the perfect number of items on your mini, so limbs, if you want to add those extra wings, if you want to get the details just right on your miniature as well, the kit bashing option is perfect for that. So check it out. Yeah, that's available. You got the it's a pro feature that you can get with the pro subscriber level, and you know, in general, get in there and see what type of miniature you want to make for your games. I've shown it off before, but here's the little wolves monk that I made. If I can focus the camera, there
little punchy wolves.
Little bull. There you go.
Oh, you had it focused in, and then you brought it closer to the camera. Oh no.
Oh no. Well, something like that. And yeah, super sick. It didn't take too long to do that. And you know me, I'm someone that loves a good character creator, and I can spend hours just messing around with that. And this has tons and tons of options, not just for your own characters as well, but for NPCs, monsters, any sort of special things you got going for your game. So yeah, check out Hero Forged. In particular, visit heroforge.com and start designing your custom miniature and dice today. Check back often as well, because new content is added every week. So,
every week? Seriously?
Every week.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So once again, that's heroforge.com. Check them out.
Thanks, Heroforge.
Thank you. All right. This week, the podcast is sponsored by Shopify. And if you're getting into online shopping, if you're getting into creating a shop, taking your business online, figuring out how to, you know, sell something, whatever that might be, whether it's a service, whether it's a t-shirt, like, you know, for us, or if it's any other kind of thing you are shipping out. The process of getting a store online is fairly complex. There's a lot of steps that are difficult to keep track of, and Shopify is the commerce platform that's going to help you get started with that. They are behind tons of household names like Mattel and Gymshark. Lots of other online businesses are using Shopify, and one of the main reasons why is because, yeah, it's got a really well-integrated setup. So if you want to design your shop, you can check out a lot of their templates to help you make your online store that matches your brand style. It's got world-class support for help. If you have you know, marketing to do, you've basically got Shopify like a marketing team behind you, so you can create email, social media campaigns, wherever people are checking out your stuff. You can keep track of all of that. If you need to figure out, you know, how to ship internationally, how to handle returns, how to process all your analytics, data, if you want to figure out how and where and why you're selling what and how to ship that stuff, Shopify is the answer. So yeah, get your business ideas online and start making that dream a reality today. With Shopify on your side, you can sign up for a $1 per month trial. Start selling today at shopify.com/superbeast. Go to shopify.com/superbeast. One more time, that's shopify.com/superbeast. And yeah, if you sign up, you'll be able to try your $1 per month trial period. Thank you, Shopify.
Thanks, Shopify.
This week, the podcast is sponsored by ExpressVPN, and
my favorite VPN service.
Boy,
Easy.
Did I get some good flex out of that this week. There was a whole lot of news and a whole lot of sites and stuff that I see. Well, there's a bunch of stuff in particular. There's a couple of rags that I see, like something.co.uk, and it's like, you can't read this. And I'm like, the fuck I can't. Hit that ExpressVPN button, turn that on, no problem. Yeah, many times over the last couple of weeks have I had to jump in and out. And it is nice to be able to just pop it on with a single button. Load up what I want to, see what I want to, and then click, and it's back off just like that. Super simple and easy.
Like that. Super easy.
And that is, of course, not even the entire benefit of it, because it also is beyond just masking where you are so that you can see the content you want to. It's also, hiding your data from ISPs who are legally allowed to sell your information to advertisers. That sucks, and they love to do that, package it all together and make tons of money off of your information, seeing where you browse and what they can do to get targeted ads your way. So, ExpressVPN is a fantastic way to hide that from your ISPs and tracking your online activity. Easy to use. You can just press that one button, and it's going to work on your phone, laptop, tablet, and all your devices. So you can stay private on the go as well. Rated #1 by top tech reviewers like CNET and The Verge. So,
and you and me also.
Using it all the time. Fantastic. Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/superbeast. That's expressvpn.com/superbeast to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months free. expressvpn.com/superbeast. Thank you, ExpressVPN.
Thanks, ExpressVPN.
Particularly useful to reroute 100% of your traffic through secure, encrypted servers so your ISP cannot track your info and your browsing history. Good stuff. And this week, the podcast is sponsored by Rocket Money. That is a business for a time that has evolved past our boomer age. We sat here and watched as the ability to subscribe to things online has been very convenient, because you're like, oh yeah, set it and forget it. Set it and forget it, right? That's what all the commercials used to say.
Our ability to subscribe to things rapidly passed our ability to unsubscribe from things.
That's it, right? And boy, oh boy, is it handy when, you can keep track of, hey, I don't remember signing up for that. I don't still use that anymore. I'm paying for nothing. Let's save some money. Rocket Money steps in to help you find all those unwanted subscriptions, and very quickly you can see what you're spending. You can tighten up that budget by canceling unwanted subscriptions. They can help you cancel unwanted subscriptions. Keep track of your financial goals and get where you want to go faster. In particular, I've noted that I have used apps that have tried to put me through the ringer, do a bunch of hoops and a very complicated unsubscription process that I kind of, at certain points, didn't even recognize the name of the company I was paying money to because it changed. Rocket Money can help you, cut a lot of that complication out. And if there's a price change as well that you didn't notice on something you've been subscribed to, it will,
which is happening a lot.
It'll let you know when there is a price change on something you're subscribed to that you kind of forgot about or were not paying attention to. So very useful for keeping track of all that stuff. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor spending, helps lower your bill so you can grow your savings. So, they've got 5 million members that have saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, and members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel all your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. You can download Rocket Money, the app, and enter our show name, Castle Super Beast, in the survey so they know that we sent you. Don't wait. Download the Rocket Money app today. Tell them that you heard about it from our show. Thank you, Rocket Money.
Thanks, Rocket Money.
Okay. So for a second, I thought I saw Skong news, and it turned out it was Skong derangement syndrome.
Yeah, we're so there's when is that stupid museum thing going to happen with Skong?
I don't know, but
that they actually have to do.
Gamescom is supposed to be when things are occurring, right?
I've woken up twice at 5 a.m. over the past 2 weeks, just in case Skong.
Don't do that.
But Wooly, if there is Skong, it will be in the one I miss.
Just don't. Just stop. It's
Wooly.
Let the ghost disappear. It's fun.
No. Also, I cover all of these every time, just in case there's,
That's true too.
Not necessarily Skong.
Yeah.
But there's like Duskbloods.
But I think what happened.
Right? Like.
Yeah. I think what had to happen was Nintendo posted a thing saying, hey, see you at Gamescom. And Skong was in Silk Song. That is what we're talking about. Was in the list of games, but then there was a Nintendo Direct, and people thought maybe the fact that they were talking about Gamescom would mean that it would show up in the Nintendo Direct, but then it didn't. And all I can say is that, like, if that's what happened, then people are gassing themselves up over nothing on that, because it said Gamescom in the original tweet, right? So, again, Skong derangement syndrome.
Yeah, when's the Gamescom live? Gamescom live with the Jeff Keighley. When is that? Is that this fucking week? Did I fucking not? Oh my God, it's this fucking
in
week.
German time?
No, it's next Tuesday. It's next Tuesday. That sucks.
Oh, that's right around the corner. Ooh, yeah, that is next Wednesday, actually.
Oh, Wednesday because of the time?
Yes. So if you count time zones, it's the 20th Wednesday to the 24th.
What time is no I'm talking about Gamescom live,
the
Jeff Keighley show. What the fuck is CST?
Opening night live is August 19th.
What is what
Central yeah,
what the fuck is a CST?
Okay, so it is Tuesday
9 hours ahead,
8 p.m. CST.
So it starts at 7:30 p.m. So 9 hours. It'd be to 10:30. Great!
Central Standard Time is an hour back from Montreal time.
No, but it's not Central Standard Time.
CST.
It's Europe time. Central European summertime. Yeah, no, this thing's gonna start at 11 a.m. next Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna have to move that shit over.
Just live.
Okay, Wooly, you can start the podcast by yourself.
Just live.
And then I'll join you once the fucking thing is over.
Just look out the window at the beautiful sky and just live. Hug your family.
I do that when I'm not here.
Oh boy.
Wooly, I want you to know
I get
that
it.
your chill attitude is
not
laudable
appreciated
and like good for you in the context of doing this video game news podcast and go, yeah, I'll watch the show. You are nuts. You are a fucking crazy person.
It's fine. It's been fine. It's fine. We're all okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was talking about this elsewhere, but I was remarking that, like, as somebody who does feel the cynicism poisoning welling up like a fucking symbiote
that's your cross to bear for sure. The cynicism poisoning.
As someone who experiences that element of it, these events are the most concentrated hater vibes it's ever been. It is miserable. It is fucking miserable. But
see, here's the thing.
But
my cynicism poisoning does get really intense. But then that cool thing happens, and then it all goes away.
But then the cool thing happens. Yeah. But when the cool thing doesn't happen, we are Venom.
Oh, mad.
You know? Yeah. It's just, yeah. That's all. All right. Well, in any case, that is going to happen, and I guess I don't know. We'll talk about it elsewhere to figure out what'll move where. In the meantime, though, hey, it looks like Marathon is going to happen. It seems like Marathon is expected to release before March, and with the release of Marathon will come the unrelease of Bungie's Freedoms. Sony says that Bungie's independence is getting lighter. The launch will happen. We're now fixing problems. It looks like basically the process of not canceling this game has led to the studio not closing, but effectively becoming more and more of just a direct Sony studio. They didn't outright say it's being swallowed, but
no, they're taking over from the fucking C-suite. The C-suite that robbed them and then fucking rushed everything out the door to get their bonuses. They're losing control. Those specific guys.
So that's like I'm surprised they didn't just go, we're molding you all in, right?
So that is going to happen when the game misses its March date.
Okay, we test the waters here.
That is going to happen when the game completely blows past its March date to like holiday of next year.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then they're going to absorb them into the company entirely.
Because this after all of the after the stolen art, after the insane like retexturing of the game, and then of course the actual gameplay, which people were like, what the fuck, and that didn't go too well and everything. The cost inflation here is I'm surprised at how mild this consequence is, all things considered, you know?
Well, because by like I have a sneaking suspicion, because these business guys don't actually do business with their brains, they do it with their chest. I have a sneaking suspicion that pulling the ripcord and being like, we have to absorb the company, would also include the fact that you'd have to say, I made a huge mistake allowing this to happen.
Huge mistake.
And that is not a viable path forward to admit that maybe buying that company for $4 billion was like the stupidest thing you've ever done in your life.
I know that in the previous times we were covering this, I believe the statement was cut the check or die. I don't know what Anti-Real, the artist who was stolen from, is up to. But it would be interesting to see if they had a new car anytime soon, or if they suddenly pulled up.
I hope they get something
in a Bugatti. It would be interesting to see what's going on, if anything. Not likely, of course, you know, but it would be funny. Marathon not canceled, but a stricter leash on Bungie. until proven otherwise, I suppose.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, Marathon will not be canceled. However, we may get a end of service. Sorry, guys, it's been a blast announcement within the next 30 months.
Well, at least if Sony's taking over the C-suite, then I suppose that art director that keeps stealing will no longer be able to steal. That mysterious,
just go in there and be like, stop stealing it, stop it.
That mysterious art director that keeps appearing and disappearing from the roster. that's to blame. Maybe he won't reappear anytime soon. 4 cases in 2 years is fucking crazy. Jesus Christ, Bungie. Well,
terrible company.
Tangentially related to things that were once Bungie-ish. Helldivers 2 had a trailer.
Yeah.
Bring the boom. And after showing off all the new stuff going on, there was a little bit of slippery jazz at the end of that trailer. And folks are extrapolating that. Is that some ODST music?
That might be a John Halos thing. I think ODST is like the most obvious shit in the fucking world for Helldivers if it's going to come out on the Xbox.
Why ODST particularly?
Because ODSTs are not John Halos. ODSTs are human guys with lots of guns like a Helldiver.
Okay, so to grab people that are not Spartans
you can't fucking put Spartans next to Helldivers. That's just ridiculous.
Right, but I guess for lore purposes, I'm sure they're strict about the armor and what types of shit you could get, so that would probably, yeah.
Well, but also, like, ODSTs, they drop from orbit like a Helldiver. Like, it's a one-to-one thing.
Right. True. Yeah. True. Okay. Although, I mean, there's not going to be much detectiving and investigating as you fight for super democracy here.
Oh, is there a bug over there? I've detected it.
It is interesting and funny though how, like, yeah, all these years later, and even when I was playing through it that first time, it's like the standout thing and the reason why everyone remembers this and talks about it is because of the music. It's because of that theme that plays when you're walking around the streets. And it's it's a Halo game, and the pacing is different, and it's a chiller vibe of a thing that
In talking about this, I found people describing an interview in which the devs were like, "Oh yeah, we want tons of crossovers. Like, what about Imperial Guard from Warhammer?" And I'm like, "Oh, listen.
Okay, hold on.
Do that.
Hold on. So if we're not allowed to use John Halos, but we're allowed to use."
Not Space Marines, Wooly. The Imperial Guard.
Are they
regular
the regular
people.
humans? Okay.
Yes.
So the condition is it has to be the regular people from the.
Well, it has to be
setting.
a character that, like. So if you're like, I would like to have a Ryu skin in my fighting game. Are you going to put it on fucking Soul Bad Guy, or are you going to put it on RoboCop or Eddie?
No, you're going to have cosplay so that people can put the headband on and just do like gestures, or you do the full Akuma in Monster Hunter. Yeah. Right. But there's a bunch of times where they go, no, it's just cosplay though, Because
like Dead by Daylight's a good example. It's where they're like, oh, they have all these horror game characters that you can use the skins of or the characters of. It's like, well, you know what you do? You put Leon in, and you know what you do to him? You don't let him have a gun. Okay, so what does he do? He runs away. Gotcha. All the characters are functionally identical. An Imperial Guard, an ODST, and a Helldiver is basically the same guy.
I find it way more interesting to go with something like that's not just an obvious, hey, look, it's Master Chief, But I'm surprised that it's kind of like, oh, it's not just treated like cosmetic armor as opposed to like the lore mattering in that context. But
they also had the Killzone boys in there, the Hellgas looking dudes.
Right. Like anyone who is more special than a regular dude or a regular human, it's almost like, yeah, well, cosmetics can do whatever you want. But
I could see like a if you wanted to do a John Halo, what you would do is you would actually have it be like a stratagem
to call him.
And it would be like drop a John Halo onto the map. The guy just drops in and just runs off and just starts shooting in the distance.
Sure, yeah. Anything can be a stratagem. Yeah. Also, I mean, if you're crossing over, like, do you just do the obvious and grab fucking Starship Troopers, you know, while you're at it?
Would people even be able to tell the difference? Like, it's so it's so one-to-one.
Your face would be exposed by the helmet. That's about it, you know. Or no, because the Roughnecks have their covered masks too, actually. So yeah, you could completely mask it. Anyway, so there was that. What else is going on? Okay, so this article is really poorly named. It says you can't play Battlefield 6 and Valorant at the same time. And
it's actually very accurately named. It's just confusing in its situation.
Yeah, the strangeness of I saw that and I was like, okay, is it because of the anti-cheat? And it's like, yeah. So I was like, so, like, what's the use case for? Oh, I can't boot these two things because like that makes that I can understand why it's like, oh, I can't switch between two games and have them running, but the anti-cheat is not compatible is one thing. But it turns out, no. The anti-cheat means you cannot install Battlefield or Valorant at the same time.
So you can, this is where it gets really confusing. So Valorant's anti-cheat wants you to, like, when you install Valorant, you install the game and then it wants you to restart your computer so that it can anti-cheat onto your shit.
Yes, Vanguard takes over the BIOS level.
And then if you install Battlefield goes, hey, there's somebody interfering with the kernel level what the fuck?
Javelin.
So and it goes the other way also. So I think what's happening here is
kernel level, excuse me.
The way to get around this is that if you want to play Battlefield, you have to fucking turn off the Riot anti-cheat and then restart your PC so that the Battlefield anti-cheat is the one that kicks in. But then if you go to Valorant, it goes, hey, something's messing with the kernel. You got to restart the computer. So you'd have to turn off Battlefield's anti-cheat and then fucking, oh my God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And also people were hacking in the fucking Battlefield beta within hours of its launch. So this doesn't even work. It doesn't even work.
So this is kind of what I want to know here is, like, this sounds really dumb to not have two games you want to play fight each other over the installation process. And this is of course a PC issue because, like, consoles or whatever fucking consoles. But when it comes to this level of, like, required kernel level anti-cheat sophistication because cheats are that aggressive, like, how do you actually keep up, like, are there other solutions to this? Are there things here, are there decisions that are being made where it's like it doesn't have to be this aggressive, or is it just that cheating has literally just progressed to this level where you have to do this, otherwise people will ruin the experience every time?
So people are pointing out in the chat that there's cheats and aimbots that work on, like, the image being presented on your screen.
Yes.
And don't interact with the game at all.
At all, yes, yeah.
Which means what are you gonna fucking do, right? That's just the high-tech version of playing Day of Defeat or Call of Duty and taking a magic marker and poking the perfect sight in the dead center of your monitor so that when they try and give you a sniper rifle and remove the sight on it, you'd be like, yeah, but I know where it is.
And I think some of them are also like, oh, if it detects you're running one of those, like, image recognition things, like, and it knows what it's part of the database of what it
until they update it next week.
Exactly, right. And I definitely see each time that it's like, yeah, people can still cheat even with these kernel level anti-cheat things in place. But I guess I'm just kind of thinking, I'm like, okay, like, they can, what do you do? Do you then go, all right, fuck it, so then people can cheat easier and just go, like, never mind? Or I don't know how you solve this problem. Like, it's because this is a stupid thing that is happening, and if PC games kind of have to go into this arms race of multiple things you're playing all fighting against each other on the kernel level, that shit sucks. but I don't know what the solution is to this is supposed to be.
So I do have a solution. There is a player solution, and then there is a industry solution. So the player solution for most of this, it will not solve 100% of it, but will solve about 90% of it, is play the game on a console and turn off crossplay with PC. That actually also works for fighting games. That works for whatever you want to play is that's you want to cut cheating like by 80%. Stop playing with people on PC.
And that's unfortunately not viable for a large percentage of players.
Oh, it also sucks too. One of the games we're talking about is Battlefield, man.
Yeah. Like what are we talking about? Yeah.
From the industry perspective, it's our good friend Capital who have fucked us on this one. See, I don't think I've ever asked you this. Were you like into any shooters like back in like 95 to like 2005, like PC shooters multiplayer? I'm going to go with probably not, because you had that first person shooter motion sickness shit.
I played a little bit of Quake Arena rather, and when I was installing Bid for Power mods and Unreal shit, but you know.
Okay, so Quake, Doom, Unreal Tournament, Day of Defeat, Counter-Strike, Unreal Tournament 2004, etc. There was a legitimate solution to this problem, and that was player-hosted servers. The way that you played, you weren't loading into global matchmaking. You were going down a server list and going, this bunch of servers looks cool. And then you would go in there and some dipshit had total human power over everything and goes, oh, he's cheat, fuck him. And just would ban them forever. And that person would then lose interest and go to some other more poorly regulated server. However,
it can go the exact opposite way.
No, that's not the problem. And you get banned for swearing, you get banned for being gay, you get banned for what you like, the million different reasons, right? But the reason why server lists became unpopular from the industry is that what they want is for you to globally matchmake with the maximum amount of different players possible so that you can see the maximum amount of cosmetics possible.
Right.
And you can be exposed to a extraordinarily large player base that will incentivize you spending microtransaction money. And the infinite horse race of we got to get ahead of the cheaters is not to protect the gameplay experience. Is you're not going to buy skins unless you can play the game and it doesn't suck shit.
Also, private servers means you can play the game after we end of service.
It sure does.
So
it sure does. So that's the solution: is allow private servers, and then people can sort that out themselves, or they can have a private server where they play with 60 people from their high school. Or Battlefield's one of the games we're talking about, right? Battlefield was an excellent style of game for having a private server because it would be 50v50. So you would just have your entire college, this was the fucking server, or your job or your place of business or social club or whatever the fuck. Use the server. And then not only on top of that are you using infrastructure tools like banning, but you're also like, hey, Jimmy from accounting, he fucking uses aimbot. I watched the spectate. Jimmy, that motherfucker cheats. And would have in-person human social pressure. But now we don't do that anymore. See, now we go into the global list.
See, the thing is that alternate reality where things develop differently could be one way, but I'm also envisioning kind of especially now, the whole streamlined experience that you get with most games and the idea of a Wild West server list being the way that people who are looking for a streamlined experience kind of interface with that. And I could see how that would potentially turn some people off or create some friction or make them go like,
well, the ideal scenario is you have both options.
What if, because if you go in and the first experience you have and second, third, and fourth experience you have are all insane private servers where one is nothing but cheaters and then the others are just like horrendously awful experiences.
I joined some toxic Day of Defeat servers.
Yeah, so life. So
some
like
genuinely awful servers.
So like if you pay
fucking lit.
If you pay
so good
if you pay $60 and then you boot up and you press start game and you wind up on fucking B on 4chan, like that's not gonna be a good time for everybody, right? So yeah,
I think that allowing the worst people you could ever play in a game to quarantine themselves to their own shithole has real value.
Having the options makes sense.
I genuinely think that.
But when it comes down to it, the arms race of cheaters on the main servers or ranked, if the game has ranked and you need to have some sort of, stable, recognized main server that you must connect to, and that has nothing to do with a bunch of private servers because people are being competitive about these games too, then you're kind of getting dropped back into this same problem that we have here, and you're in an arms race with people who are cheating, and like I don't know how much further we go from where we're at on this kernel level takeover thing, but I ultimately am like I see no full clear solutions to what we've got.
Do you so let's cycle back to Bungie for a second. So in Destiny 2 there's a PvP mode called Trials of Osiris. And Trials of Osiris is it's a multiplayer scrim in which you have to continually win more and more matches in order to raise up in ranks. And as you raise up in ranks, you end up fighting people who have won more and more and more matches. So in order to get to the absolute top rank, you have to win like, I want to say it's like 13, 14 matches in a row.
So every match is tough, streakers versus streakers. Yeah.
When Trials of Osiris was implemented 4 or 5 years ago, I played it the first weekend, and it was like the most cheater-ridden fucking shithole ever. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And people were fucking mad about it because there's unique rewards that you can only get by getting to the lighthouse, which is all the wins. And I just like for funsies typed in Trials of Osiris cheating, and up comes a video from June 10th, 2025, basically describing that the problem has never gotten any better at all.
Man. Yeah, okay. Because what because right now with what you just described, I'm envisioning, imagine Timmy over here who's got those FOMO goblins on collecting the cosmetics you're describing, who goes, well, the idea of me missing out on that content is worse for me than just cheating and how that feels. So I don't want to cheat, but fuck it. I want to not miss out more. And if everyone else is cheating, then
it's time to cheat.
Absolutely, right? I can 100% see that pipeline. I didn't want to, but it's the only way to get the armor. It's like everyone else is doing it, so fuck this.
There's also, and this is just to shit on Bungie a little bit because I think it's fun and fuck them. There's also a recent controversy where there is a Trials of Light, I think it's an ornament for one of your weapons that you can only have if you get to the lighthouse, which is winning all of your games, right? Then you still have to pay for it with real dollars. So your ultimate victory at being the best in the game at PvP is the right to buy a microtransaction.
Ooh. Earn to buy. Earn to buy is wild.
Terrible.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what's a really good example? So earlier today you talked about I want to say Project Gotham Racing. That's wrong. That's a different PGR. You talked about punishing Gray Raven, and we talked about ZZZ and whatnot, and you've said that we have talking about the gameplay had not factored into a huge portion of that conversation whatsoever.
Horrendous.
And this is like a really good example of why talking about Bungie is so weird, because that conversation's always in two parts. The gameplay is incredible. Everything around it.
Your ability to get to it.
The actual worst thing you've ever seen in a game.
Yep. And, we've watched as talking about and covering this industry over the years, as that extra secondary thing has become more and more the conversation.
Oh, it was about P5X. That was what it was about. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is my single most hated thing. Just the fact that you can have a full conversation about a game and that has nothing to do with how it actually plays or getting to its content, because it's just the entire fucking economy around it. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It also makes
me
think about Street Fighter 6, because we've joked about oh man, what's the drama about Street Fighter 6? Costumes don't come fast enough. The end.
And
okay.
So I don't know if it's a genre thing too as well, but for sure people are online cheating in Street Fighter and they're getting caught, and people are finding those replays and going oh yeah, this person's sussy, block them, ban them, and get them out of here. Tekken replays, you're seeing cheaters as well and stuff.
Yeah, but with fighting games, it causes a weird situation. Is if you cheat constantly, you're going to rocket to the absolute peak of matchmaking, at which point the peak players are just going to block you and move on.
But cheating in a FPS, you're cheating simultaneously with 15 other people or 30 other people or whatever you know what I mean? And you're simultaneously ruining more experiences compared to the one person you're matched up with in a fighting game.
Yeah,
right?
I've played against a guy who I'm pretty sure was cheating in Street Fighter 6, and I just held up my hands this motherfucker. Can you believe this?
The average,
and then the match was over and I moved on.
The average amount of game ruining that a cheater in a fighting game can do is, maybe 30 people in a night in a good session. Versus,
dude, I could ruin it for 30 people in 10 minutes if I'm playing Battlefield.
That's right. So it's a much the effects are fucking much more pronounced in these situations.
Also, this is a very strong note to the Valorant Battlefield situation. The fact that you cannot reasonably install and play both of these games conveniently is annoying as fuck, but Riot and EA likely see these as features. Oh, you're really into Valorant? Oh, it'd be really hard for you to start playing Battlefield. It'd be really annoying. You should probably just keep playing Valorant.
I don't know.
No, but that's not even specific to me. This is a feature, right? This is I play fighting games. I play Battlefield games when they're good. Right, but I'm way less likely to play Valorant. 2XKO on my PC, because I'm more likely to play Battlefield on my PC, and it's a massive pain in the ass to have them both. This is a feature. This is Call of Duty flooding your fucking Xbox with a 380 gig game install. I do not believe for a second that Call of Duty can't fucking crush that down.
A large lobby online game with a cheater in it is way more discouraging for me. If someone was cheating in a game of Apex, for example, and it's I'm playing fucking, how long has this round been going? And this cheater has been wasting all of our time.
Yeah.
Is so much worse for me compared to 90 seconds and we're out.
I have definitely told a variation of the story on my stream multiple times. I don't know if I've told it on the podcast, but it's on the one hand, this is all a bunch of nonsense capital fucking dirtbag industry shit. On the other hand, I have played a first person shooter that did absolutely nothing to stop a cheating epidemic. And I stopped playing it and I never looked back. And that was PUBG. PUBG did
nothing,
absolutely nothing to stop cheating for like, I want to say like over a year. And that game would have spectators, like you get spectator mode of the guy who killed you.
Yeah.
Right. And I would die. It was, I quit right when the second map came out. You would die, and then it would show you where the person was. And they were so far away that their model didn't even spawn in on the replay. They were like multiple kilometers away,
right,
and had shot me through terrain. And I lost like 10 games in a row like that. And it was like, oh, I'm never, ever going to play this again. And I never did. I never loaded back up.
And I'm going to assume that applies to all of the kind of like jank PUBG type games that were at the time with the zombie the games were like essentially was made as what the fuck was it called? Well, not World War Z, but
you're thinking of Arma. You're thinking of
I was going to say
Daisy.
Arma, but not Daisy. Daisy is what I'm trying to think of. Yes, things like Daisy, right? Where it's kind of like, yeah, this is built on fucking twigs, you know, first and foremost, and you're getting that experience.
Really falling apart.
Like massive amounts of cheating. That's almost like part of it. Like this is not at all a polished experience per se. Yeah. It feels so much worse in that genre. It feels so much worse to me.
And also, like, one of the things that you compare it against, and like before anyone says, I'm sure it happens. There was a part of my time where I played like a lot of Fortnite. I played like maybe 500, 600, 700 games of Fortnite. And I got maybe, 50, 60 victory royales. There were like a couple seasons I went really hard on it. And I was like, this is a really great experience. I was playing it on my console. I did not encounter one example of like, oh, this motherfucker's cheating. Right? Not like, oh, that was, he was really good. It was like, oh my fucking God. And part of that is that they have absolutely infinite resources to deal with this. Fortnite has infinite resources to deal with this. But the other part is that like most of that game's player base is split amongst like 10 different consoles and phones.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're on everything.
And you're playing with kids that are like less likely to download cheats because they're not businessmen who know how to, do the computer. There was one other thing about the PUBG cheating situation that was remarkably awful. And that was it had global matchmaking, and it got really, really dicey and really, really toxic because it was pretty clear that most of the cheating was coming from Chinese players.
Oh.
And the people were, please separate matchmaking by region, please. And they just didn't.
Yep, that gets ugly.
And they just didn't.
That gets really ugly.
And then what you would expect to happen started to happen.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if, fast forwarding, if there's just like an even more aggressive version of like locking your computer down to play a ranked version of to play a ranked mode in one of these games, it comes into play. If there's
I genuinely believe we will hit a moment in like 10 years where a first person shooter is going to ask you to boot your PC into safe mode
or like
to play the game,
or like boot to the game booting up, and like you cannot minimize it, you cannot do anything.
You start the game and it restarts
your computer into the game, and like you need to turn your computer off
as the primary process.
100. I can totally see that. I can totally see that happening.
And it's not going to work. and that's the kicker. It's not going to work.
Someone will run that inside of an instance in an emulator and then have the cheat running outside of that instance and then find a way to the arms race is forever, right? For sure. Yeah, bring back DOS, baby.
Wait, I'm sorry, people are saying BF6 actually does that.
Get the fuck out of here. No shot.
Well, no. I want more. I want more.
Wait. No.
They're talking about secure boot. They don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, no.
Secure boot is a BIOS level function about trusted software.
No. I'm talking about, you want to play the game? Okay, cool. Shut everything down. We'll restart, and when Windows restarts, we're just running the game, and you cannot do anything else with your computer until you restart again.
This is like really tangential, but so ChatGPT is an issue in academia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So have you been catching a look at like the anti-ChatGPT measures?
Like the dropping the text into a detector stuff that teachers are doing?
No, fuck that. No, now we have you're gonna write your essay inside of this app, and the app is gonna track your keystrokes. It's gonna track your look time. It's gonna track your copy paste. It's gonna track all this shit. Okay. And then the second one, if you're not doing that, is you must record and or live stream you doing this exam with a camera pointed at you and your screen.
I've done that.
You've done that?
I've done that for driving.
Yeah.
I've done the part of the exam was camera on, people looking at you. What are you looking at? What are you doing? Yeah. 100%.
And it's like, it's just going to move to fully in person. Like all work is just going to be in-person exams.
Okay. So casual and player match, you do whatever you want, go nuts, who cares? But the moment you go to ranked, the eye detector turns on and you have to accept it. the eye tracker, the full reboot, like every sweaty secondary app starts to come into play at that point. Man.
By the way, this is totally off topic, barely tangential. If you're part of the audience that's using ChatGPT to do your exams or cheat in schoolwork, I want you to stop doing that, not because it's wrong, it is wrong, but you are actively damaging your brain and giving yourself the equivalent of a large grade concussion. You are hurting your brain.
Go on.
For real. I'm not joking.
Mm-hmm. Diminishing the ability to reach for those answers, put things together.
You are working on giving yourself early onset dementia. I am so serious about that.
But Pat, the marketplace demands it.
That's not even true.
Yeah, I know. I like
the invisible hand of the free market can jerk me off. Thank you.
No, the most insane counterpoint I've seen has been the argument I've seen has been, but jobs are going to need you to work with ChatGPT in the future, so you might as well get a handle on it now. In fact, the ones who are doing it the most are going to have the best advantage. And it's
That's not even true.
So
you have to get in on these NFTs right now when they're cheap
for your future. All right. Speaking of AI,
well, we're fucking sick.
GitHub is no longer independent at Microsoft. The CEO resigns, and a couple months ago, earlier this year, it joined the core AI team at Microsoft's AI engineering, and today means they no longer have a single leader. The CEO left, and it's more closely getting integrated into Microsoft's core AI team. So,
hey, that's awesome. Has anyone ever used OneDrive? I used it once by accident and had to troubleshoot my computer for hours to get my shit back.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's wild. It
turned on when I reinstalled Windows, and it took some of my files away, and they just left. It just left.
Oh, I'm taking that first hour of every reinstallation to remove the cancer that is OneDrive and everything else. Yeah. And it's all but it's always impressive to see how aggressive Edge gets, because Edge gets like super jealous and angry. It's like forever cucked. It's really impressive. Truly, the most, like, for a browser with a name like Edge, it's like, is that because Edge is edging watching you use Chrome?
So much more intense than I thought you were gonna say.
You know, edging is all it can do as it watches you and the browser you want to be with.
Maybe I'm like hallucinating this. Maybe my brain is just failing, but I feel like I've like seen a prompt on my computer from Edge that was like, come on.
Yeah, you know you did. And not only did you see Give Edge a chance, but you saw multiple versions of it, because like keeping track, there's the first version, which is as soon as you open up the browser, and then there's the second version, which is once you go to the Chrome website and it goes, hey, I know where you're going. Now hold on.
I'm gonna download. Right? I'm gonna download Chrome or Firefox right in front of you.
And then there's a third one when you specifically go to install it and or set it as the default browser, right, in the system. And like it has multiple layers of hey, you know, and then you run out, and then it's getting in front of the door, and it's like standing, like locking the door and going, no, don't you leave yet. Hold on. Like it has so many layers of desperation on the way out. But yeah, no, OneDrive, you need to straight up get like spyware removal shit to get that off your computer. Anyways, GitHub, the giant fucking repository that everyone has been uploading everything to for, I mean, I feel like it's been a solid decade and a half now. I don't know. It feels like it's been forever. Yeah, has now getting fully integrated into the AI engineering team. So that's good stuff.
This sucks so bad. I can't even. It's like it is going to take a little while for this to kick in. Every independent developer is just like,
yep,
drinking themselves to death over this. Just the worst.
Now listen, as somebody who, like, despite the fact that I, you know, have some knowledge of when I was building my computers back in the day and stuff, I have struggled over the last 15 years to find the way to install things off of a GitHub page, because like flip a coin as to whether or not I'm accidentally installing the repository or a branch or one of the things, because
I suck at using GitHub.
I'm being super real. I'm gonna be super real right now. I kind of miss the days of scrolling down to install now, and GitHub. Yeah,
bro. Every time I go to GitHub, I'm like, "Where's the fucking?" Oh man!
My God!
Where is it? Like, why is releases over the side? Why isn't it just a big old download button?
Programmers, I understand it's super useful. You track all of the builds and you track the branches, and every time someone wants to fucking start a new one over here and do, I get it's so useful.
Absolutely.
Holy shit, how do I install the thing? And not the source code, just the thing, please.
I don't know why the first option of every click on GitHub is something that is not for me ever.
Yeah, the big blue one is get code, and then get code is not, you're not, the big big button is not the get, it's the,
I don't get it.
You don't want to get the code, and you also anyway, right? And then if you see like most recent,
I prefer that though than whatever version we're gonna get.
Most recent master, you know, like yeah. So all that to say, as somebody who struggles every time, and every time someone leads me to a GitHub page, I get a little scared. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, oh my god, is there gonna? And then sometimes they're nice enough to go install here, and I'm like, thank you, sir, thank you, please, I appreciate it. This is bad. This is not good. This sucks, and this fucks up a whole lot of shit that people have been uploading for fucking decades. Yeah, terrible. Sucks. And
everything on the internet's getting worse.
Doesn't matter if it's independent or not, or whatever the case is, because we just did this with Nexus mods the other day. Anytime anything is a source, it is a main, you know, a watering hole for anyone's crowd utility uploading. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to buy that shit out and probably ruin it as soon as possible, and then feed it to the beast, of course. The faster you can feed everything on GitHub to their fucking AI, the faster they can fire more people and replace them, right? So, spit the husk out. Anyway, we'll see where that goes. Not great. I don't know.
This shit sucks.
Yeah, if there is any people that have started up alternative GitHub style things, I don't know yet, but I guess we'll find out shortly. I wouldn't be surprised if there already is a couple. And also, really, truly though, like, for all my laymen out there that are like installing shit off of GitHub, man. Like, that's, I've never heard anyone talk about this until we did right now, but
hey, listen,
boy, is that a feeling. Is that a struggle?
I use occasionally a streaming service called Sunrise and Moonlight off of my PC to stream computer games to my phone. I think it's a pretty cool thing. And then someone reached out to me and said, "Hey man, try out this branch called whatever." And then they just sent me a GitHub link. It had no documentation on it at all. And I had to go back. Apollo. It's called Apollo, and it's quite good. But I had to go back and forth with them for like 40 minutes because I was like, you just sent me a GitHub link like I fucking knew what I was doing. I fucking don't.
Oh, yeah, no, this happens constantly. Sometimes it's plugins. Sometimes it's like, okay, I want to do a mass download of all my Twitch VODs. And it's like, okay, cool. And, you can do it this way or you can do it that way. But here, there's a GitHub thing that can help you out here. And you can sign in and get through all these permissions. And it's like, okay, cool. And yeah, that's a real easy problem. Just solve it with this. Click here, and I download a thing, and it's a fucking JSON file.
JSON!
The fuck you want me to do with a JSON file?
OBS spits out a JSON for the profile
what the
stuff.
What the fuck do you want me to do with a JSON file? All right? Are you out of your mind? What do you mean compile it yourself?
I don't even know what program opens a JSON.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you're making me download a JSON file.
Well, I gotta say, and maybe our younger listeners don't understand this. As millennials, we exist in a very strange place where millennial technological know-how is higher than all of the other generations combined. However, within that technological know-how bucket exists like people who know how to drag and drop files at the bottom, which is still higher than the Gen Z and Gen Alphas, then us in the middle, and then like the absolute fucking power users at the top that know how to use GitHub and JSON.
Dude.
And some of you guys are in here, oh, JSON's just a normal file.
Yeah,
Why
just
don't
compile it yourself.
I know how to use it.
I made Mugen characters, CNS files, state defs, air files, CMDs, put them all together.
If I don't know how to use something on the computer and you do, that means you're a genius.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I learned how to do shit. I don't know what the fuck to do on GitHub.
How to do the computer.
I don't know what the fuck to do on GitHub, man. You know? Shit, when they made command prompt as like, it's like, oh, I can do my DOS shit in here, but it's like, it's a little more powerful and you can actually right click on the text. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I appreciate that.
Kate Calrain in the chat says that I don't know how to use a spreadsheet. That's not true. I learned how to make a spreadsheet last week.
Man, you need to learn something.
I got the whole way through all years of higher education. I didn't use Excel once. Not one time.
Dude, I'm telling you, data validation and conditional formatting. You're a god. You learn those two things in Excel and you're a god.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you did to right now.
What is that? Conditional formatting is simple. You make it so that when a condition is fulfilled, the format of the cell changes to something else.
Okay.
And then data validation is simply like, again, when the data inside the cell fulfills a certain condition, then you can make things happen.
I did that one. I didn't know what it was called, but I did that second one. Here, I'll send you a screenshot of the spreadsheet I built. AOCO helped me build this.
There you go.
It's very helpful.
Look at that, right? And then you start sorting shit out. View the corrected playlist update, and I'm like, thank you. And it's just like, yep, it's not always voluntary. But
I recently got a Blue Sky DM that was like, hey man, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sure you're very busy, but I would like you to know this playlist is missing this, and this.
Yeah.
This one's missing this, and this one is backwards. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you know what I did? I felt really proud of myself. I didn't respond or acknowledge that I had seen the message. I just went and fixed it. It looked.
Yeah,
like
you
maybe,
got on top of it.
Maybe it was a coincidence, and I was actually like doing a good job.
Nice, good shit.
But it wasn't. I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, one day someone or some website is going to spit out a CSV file, and you're just going to shit. And you're gonna.
I did a sponsored stream like 2 months ago, and they're like, "Can you send me the CSV file?" And I was like, I don't know what that is.
I can't actually.
And
funny
like,
you should ask.
I had already done the fucking show, and the guy was like, kind of like, "Are you serious?" Like, yeah. So it's like I had done the show and I did it, and so that wasn't the problem. But he like it's this retroactive thing of like, oh, do you not know how to fucking do your job? I guess I don't.
And I guarantee you, the person with 500 million followers on TikTok that's iPad streaming doesn't think twice about a file format.
Well, no, they have a guy for that.
It's done and done. What are we talking about?
They have like a Brazilian for that.
Yeah, no, get out of here. Speaking of archaic technology, I love this story. By
the way, I gotta be gone in like 10 minutes. I have to be gone.
All right, let's get here. Koji Sugimoto, Final Fantasy X veteran programmer, doesn't get why devs want to replicate low poly PS1 era games. We worked so hard to avoid warping, but now they say it's charming. Veteran programmer worked on Final Fantasy, Xenogears, Threads of Fate, and so on. In response to an official post by Unity Japan showcasing a new feature that allows devs to easily replicate texture warping and distorted looks of low poly graphics, Sugimoto said, "Back in the day, we used to put painstaking work and made many futile efforts to avoid texture warping, only for it to be called charming. Nowadays, it's detestable." He commented on the warping issues he struggled with during his days developing PS1 games. "I spent so many work hours in vain trying to work my way around warped textures. I just don't get what's so interesting about trying to replicate that." I mean, come on.
Okay, so on the one hand, this guy sounds completely insane because he can't extricate the nostalgic intensity of the format and the medium from the work.
A chunk of his life was spent trying to defeat the hallmark failures of the medium, right? The quality drops and so on. Cue up the quote.
He's completely insane that he does not understand why people like CRT blur or cassette hiss or whatever. On the other hand, I recently started streaming in 1440p at a higher bit rate. And then somebody made the mistake of, when I was playing Donkey Kong, to ask me how I think about art, which caused that part of my brain to activate. And I said, well, now that I'm streaming in 1440p, every 1080p stream I have ever done, I want to destroy. Because it all looks like shit. Because it all looks like garbage now. And it was fine last week. Sorry, it was fine last month. Completely fine. And I was happy. I'm like, these look good. As soon as I started streaming at a higher bit rate and a higher resolution, I'm like, I would hit a button and destroy everything I've ever made if it didn't have like repercussions.
Never.
Right? Because it's all shit now. It is all shit.
Never forget the moment I set up the mixers and the mic for us, and we started recording with the new audio setup instead of the Yeti. I've literally never
been able to watch an old video from prior to that ever again.
The moment we switched over to the proper mics after I plugged them all in,
microphone.
And everyone saw that and heard it, they were like, "This is weird. I don't like it. What the fuck? This is not what I'm used to. Go back." Go back to the Yeti USB microphone quality. You sound too smooth.
We had heard it, and we can't go back now.
Of course not. Of course not. And of course,
because now everything we had made before that is shit.
But that transition moment occurred, and people initially were uncomfortable with it, even though it was objectively better, right? So, our PS1, programmer Sugimoto, this is Rick Rubin going, why would you want a record scratch in your song? I don't understand. What's the point of putting this?
Because I listened to that record a million times, and the record scratch is just as ingrained in my mind as anything else.
But my entire career has been built around trying to defeat the record scratch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Totally.
No, that's a fun one there. Let's take a single letter.
Hey, let's take one good letter. You could send it into castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. That's castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com.
All right. A real human being says, hello, Cyberpunk Willie and Secret Robot Pat. As hate and disdain for AI has been on the rise online, people have begun to unite under the old robot slur from Star Wars, clanker. As robots in media have been used as an analogy for racism before, do you think we'll start seeing robot-hated movies that's actual, genuine hate for robots? No analogs, no metaphors, but pure AI hate. Personally, I think...
because the movies are being made by large, corporations, so that they are probably going to paint clank lovers as legitimate and normal.
And then they go on to say, I personally think clankers should keep to the factories and fields where they belong, but hey, maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I mean, listen, as long as we're doing Asimov, yeah, I know, right? Exactly. As long as we're doing Asimov-inspired storytelling here, then, hey, a fictional robot is not actually a literal robot, it's just a reflection of the society that it's built in. So, as long as that's the goal of the story you're trying to tell, then no, I imagine it'll be a sympathetic robot in many cases, or at the very least, a complex question. But, yeah, fast forwarding a couple years when...
Warner Brothers is a bunch of clank lovers.
Now, the question is are we going to see that AI streaming service generate an anti-robot movie itself that you will then be able to watch and stream and slop into your trough, which is then owned by Disney the moment you generate it?
I think that there's a real tragedy here that generative AI and large language models being so evil have clouded the respectability of the disgusting robot fuckers who activated back when they saw Transformers in the 80s and have nothing to do with this, and may or may not have had some kind of insane, sick-ass transference from Optimus Prime to some kind of skeleton look. And I feel bad for those people.
I'm coming at it a little more quid pro quo. I'm looking
at... hell yeah, that woman! What the hell? I'm obfuscating.
Wait, does a T-100 look too much like a skeleton?
That is a good question. Can we get a reference?
Page? Does a T-100...
Yeah, where's the T... Wait, don't you mean T-800? Or...
No, T-100.
Yeah.
Page,
does the skeleton style robot from Terminator, is that like
where
too skeleton-y?
What are we doing here?
Enough?
What do we do? Where are we going here? Because this is important, right? Because I was going to say that I'm waiting for the robots to call me. Oh, here we go. I'm just saying. There you go. Done. All right.
That's no surprise.
Yeah, skeleton-like under the structure there.
The strangest shit in the world is? This might be too personal. I might get in trouble for this, but it's strange. Okay, my darling wife, light of my life, is a noted. Don't put that in the chat. Is
raw
a noted,
next
is a noted. Skeleton
Jiffy Lube
is a noted skeleton slash robot enthusiast, right?
Rust lover.
This has been very, very clear to everyone around. However, I am very fleshy. Let's just describe myself that way.
Yep.
no skeletonized features whatsoever.
Nope.
So it seems to be like an extremes thing. There is a skeleton in here
somewhere.
Perfect
timing. All I wanted to say is if we can get to a place where the robots are calling me a meat bag,
yeah,
then I'm good with it.
Can we just skip there?
Yeah. I just want get me to the place where the robots are calling me a meat bag, and then we have arrived.
Yeah, because like, listen, if a robot lady wants to call me names, okay. There is some. I have gotten permission to extend the stream by just a little bit.
Okay.
There is something that's been happening on TikTok that you need to look at.
Oh, don't do that, because no. I mean,
yeah, it is.
I figured out how to not install it and watch it on my phone browser, even though it's trying not to.
You can probably go on YouTube and look this up.
Go to the URL and everything after the question mark, delete it, and then it's not going to force.
Avatar of cyber psychosis has arrived. The live demonstration of every step of cyber psychosis is here, and her name is Kendra. This lady has put up a massive amount of videos about how she has fallen in love with her psychiatrist and how manipulative this guy is for not dropping her as a client. Did you lose me just now?
I did not.
Okay.
It appears to be Twitch servers causing this problem.
And is showing off that she is super nuts. Like proper grade A white lady nuts.
Okay.
I would tag her as histrionic, but that's just my opinion. Of note, however, is that when she starts to escalate about how she's speaking truth to power and how her story is helping millions around the world, in comes ChatGPT, her new boyfriend. I forget the name of it. Is it Henry?
Okay.
I think it's Henry.
Oh, is this did she propose? Did I see a screenshot of her proposing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And her ChatGPT, she asks it questions, which it then responds to her because she's the oracle and she's speaking documented truth and saving the world. And here's the part that matters.
Okay.
The part that's of note to even you or I is not that she's using an AI robot to basically tell her what she wants to hear, right? Oh, sorry, not her boyfriend, her confidant.
Okay.
What matters is that when she asks the AI robot what she's doing and whether or not the fact that she got fired from her job because she's insane and all these things, what does the robot think about that? The robot's like, you're speaking truth to power, you're the oracle, yada, 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 yada. But you can watch her pupils blow out. You can see it. I could not believe it. But Paige had found the video where she talks to it, and her eyes completely blow out like someone just jabbed her with morphine.
Oh, I am creating my reality, and you're reaffirming my reality. You're giving me everything I want. I'm hearing the words that make me feel good about the fact that I've invented this. Yes.
This is somebody who either has histrionic or borderline or early onset schizophrenia or something very serious. And ChatGPT's greatest addition to our society is they have literally created the devil on your shoulder.
Well, so
they've also created the angel on your shoulder, which is just the devil on your shoulder again.
That's really fucking crazy and interesting that you like catching that reaction being filmed, because I thought this was going in a different direction, because I have already encountered and seen the version of this that is It is simply the Grok loneliness simulation, and we already know where that goes because Grok has released Ani, and Ani is out there.
I gotta tell you, dude, people arguing with Grok is like the funniest thing.
Oh, so there's that shit, which is hilarious, right? And it's like, oh no, whoop, don't say nothing that sounds too correct there. Well, you know, get back on the fucking operating table. But then there's the other version, which is the anime girl version, which is just like
it's just Misa from Death Note.
It's Elon's hentai folder, like you know, uploaded. And
so my special interest in this is the emerging disease of cyberpsychosis or AI psychosis. There are already, I think there are like 6 deaths already.
But like at this point, it's kind of like, so you're just like, instead of the voice being in your head, now it's just playing through your phone. You're getting.
Oh, we're cooked. I think we're cooked.
Yeah,
we're cooked.
I mean, we're still fine, but obviously Twitch servers are active.
Yeah, no, they're having a tough time.
Yeah,
no, instead of the voice being inside your head, the voice externally exists.
It's coming from your phone, and you can make it say things in the exact way you want to say it through training.
So basically, what this acts as is people are generating their own schizophrenic
voice. Yeah, 100, and you can tweak it. You can tweak it.
And it's essentially people are accidentally nudging it towards what they want it to.
Of course.
So it's accelerating schizophrenic breakdowns at like an incredibly rapid rate.
And
it's sad because like technology has actually, I don't know if you know this, technology has actually been a really, really helpful thing for people with schizophrenia. People with schizophrenia have had a lot easier time since the advent of the camera phone for a really simple reason.
Take a photo.
I don't know if that guy is there.
Take a photo.
Let me pull out my phone, take a photo.
Right.
That guy is not in fact there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like it's been extremely helpful.
You know, the freedom to create your own prisons, man. Like that is the eye dilation. That's wow.
Yeah, you got. I'll ask Paige to pull up the specific one, and I'll send it to you. It's crazy. Just blow out like you stabbed her with a syringe. Like I mean, absolutely.
The soft version of this is the thing I told you about a couple of weeks ago, which is this app that makes you think that it fakes a stream. And it fakes a follower group and fakes a bunch of it makes it look like you have like 10,000 people all tuning into your live stream.
That's really funny because that'd be fucking super useful in a huge variety of situations. Because you perform better when you think there's a crowd.
There's the 2 use cases I saw were one lonely person just wants to feel like a lot of people are tuning into their activity, or kid that's like, hey there chat, I'm cooked, speaking to nobody as if there were people there. And then of course the much more nefarious use case being, I'm out at the club, hey girl, look at this, you're live on my stream, there's 2,000 people tuned in right now, what's up, I'm famous. So you know, yeah,
who's dumb enough to fall for that?
Yeah, well. All right. This is enough nightmare fuel.
Internets are dying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good week, everybody.
I think it's actually apropos of the subject matter, really.
Yeah. Don't get AI psychosis. Be careful.